That we may present the following sports special. Happy Days, Three's Company, and the Fifth Estate will be seen tomorrow night starting at 8:30. Rennie Samar and Barney Miller return next Tuesday.
The goaltenders, right?
Tonight marks the opening night of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and we're as busy here at the CBC Television Mobile Control Center as are the players and coaches in their dressing rooms. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dave Hodge. We're preparing for the rest of this month and most of next month to travel across Canada and North America, bringing you the Stanley Cup playoffs in all their glory. What we consider to be the most exciting and extensive coverage in our history. We'll have special technical innovations that will allow you to watch not only the game we're producing, but games, plays, and goals in other series. It's going to be exciting and interesting, just as the NHL's regular season was. It was marked by the rejuvenation of two old and proud franchises in Detroit and Chicago, both playoff teams. And of course, the Montreal Canadiens are favored to win a third straight Stanley Cup. Everybody is shooting at the Habs. We'll have new playoff features, a lot of enthusiasm for you. We're sure that the same will come from the players and the teams around the National Hockey League. So tonight, we welcome you as the countdown to the Stanley Cup begins. Live on CBC, Hockey Night in Canada, brought to you by Ford of Canada, on behalf of Ford and Mercury dealers from coast to coast. Ahead and participating retailers and record companies in Canada. The Bank of Nova Scotia, with nearly 1,000 branches across Canada to serve you. Molson's, brewers of Molson Export Ale. Tonight from Maple Leaf Gardens, it's Game 1, best of 3, preliminary round, Los Angeles Kings, Toronto Maple Leafs. With us tonight, Bill Hewitt, Howie Meeker, Ryan McFarland, with a look inside the playoffs, the coach and general manager of the Minnesota North Stars, Lou Nanne. And I'm Dave Hodge. Good evening and welcome to our first Stanley Cup playoff telecast. This will be the second playoff meeting in 4 years between the Kings and the Toronto Maple Leafs. 3 years ago, the Kings were upset by the Leafs. It was a rather surprising result. However, the important statistics now are what happened this year between these two teams. In 5 meetings, the Kings won 3 times, 4-2 and 2-1 on their home ice, 5-1 here at Maple Leaf Gardens. The Leafs scored 2 victories, both by 3-0 scores, 1 on the West Coast and 1 at Maple Leaf Gardens. Total goals, 11 for Los Angeles and 10 for the Maple Leafs. Obviously, in 5 games, that tells you that they were low-scoring contests, and that's what both sides expect from this series. The Kings and the Leafs both have to check well to win. Important men to watch, obviously, for Los Angeles. Their leading scorer, Marcel Dion, with 79 points, last year's winner of the Lady Byng Trophy. This year's strong candidate for that same award, with only 1 penalty all season and 37 goals to lead the Kings, Butch Gorey. There is an idea that the Los Angeles defensive play will be very important. The leading blue liner, Gary Sargent. And of course, goaltending is all important in playoffs, and the Kings have Rogie Vachon, considered by some to be the NHL's best goaltender. On the Toronto side, a man thought to be the NHL's best center in this season, Darryl Sittler, 117 points, 3rd leading scorer in the National Hockey League. His right winger, the leading goal scorer on the Maple Leaf club, Lanny McDonald, who fired 47 goals. And on defense, there are 2 to watch for the Leafs. Boreas Salming, who assisted 60 times. Ian Turnbull, 47 assists. Their total 117 assists, more than twice as many as all other defensemen combined. So those are 8 players to watch. There are many more who could decide this series. The men who will be responsible for deploying their troops, the 2 coaches, Ron Stewart and Roger Nielsen, gave us some pre-series comments.
Well, we know that we have to contain the Sittler line along with McDonald and Maloney. and we've prepared ourselves for it. Now we have to produce to see that we can do it. We also know that psalming is the key to their defense and a big key to their offense. So those are the things that we're keying on for this evening's game.
The pressures of NHL playoff hockey make the games entirely different from those during the regular season. Some players perform better, others worse. We think that we now have the type of players that will play their best when the chips are down. And as we all know, starting tonight, the chips are down.
Ron Stewart and Roger Nielsen, the men behind the bench, the men on the bench, will, of course, have a large part in determining the winner of this series between the Los Angeles Kings and the Toronto Maple Leafs, and it'll soon begin. We'll return with our Stanley Cup playoff coverage in just a moment.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling.
Hello, here's a double album produced especially for you. 100 golden greats. Listen.
You need hands to hold someone you care for. I'm forever blowing bubble, 'cause there's a tavern in the town.
Great songs, eh?
This super album is in the stores now. 2 record set $9.99, 2 tape set $11.99.
A year ago, we introduced Ford's protective vinyl coating to reduce paint damage caused by stone chipping. This year, we've extended its use from behind the wheel openings here and here to this portion along the lower body side area. So now there's even more protection from stone chipping. Vinyl coating is only one of 7 steps in Ford of Canada's DuraGuard system of anti-rust processes. At Ford, we're committed to quality, reliability, and durability. And to you.
Live from Maple Leaf Gardens, the Los Angeles Kings and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Hello again, everybody. I'm Brian McFarland along with Bill Hewitt, and this series shapes up as a battle of goaltenders. Canada Cup hero Rogie Vachon, now 32 years old, matching saves with 24-year-old Mike Palmateer of the Leafs at the other end. The Leafs are fired up for this one tonight. We passed their dressing room on the way up to the gondola, and you could hear the noise all the way out to the corridor. So are the Kings. Time now for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Officials for tonight's game, the referee, Bruce Hood. Flanked by his linesmen, Gerard Gauthier and Matt Pavlich. In goal for the Los Angeles Kings, Rogie Vachon, number 30. And his opponent out the other end, number 29, Mike Palmateer. As we get set to start at center ice, Apps for Los Angeles. Franklin Monahan playing on one wing. Hold up on the other. Sargent and Murdoch are the 2 defensemen. That's Bob Murdoch, number 5. And Gary Sargent, number 22. The Leafs have Sittler, Lanny McDonald, Dan Maloney, Brian Glennie, Boreas Helming. The playoffs are underway. Los Angeles gets the puck up to center ice. Golda flipped the puck over the line, stopped by Glennie. Glennie for Lanny McDonald, went through his skates. Gary Sargent shot it over the line. It's a delayed whistle offside. It'll be outside the blue line.
Well, you can tell right off the bat it's going to be a hitting hockey game. There's Ron Stewart, the Kings coach, 21 years in the league as a player. His second coaching job. He lasted a few months with the Rangers before coming to the Kings.
Apps 14, Hardly Monahan 12. And number 21 is Glenn Golda. Face off outside the blue line. Now then, Monahan. Along with Maloney as the puck is taken by Brian Glennie at his own blue line up to center. A long shot into the corner. It comes out to Vachon. Vachon, a back pass. Around on the boards it comes. Ardlin Monahan getting it over on the wing. Stopped by McDonald, but it gets out to center ice. Then Glennie intercepts the pass and shoots it right back in again. Vachon out of his net. Sittler went down. The puck goes out over the blue line to center ice, and it's Rogie Vachon coming back. He's over the line. Danny Maloney was in ahead of him, and the face-off comes outside the blue line.
Danny Maloney has to get used to Salming's moves. There's Roger Nielsen. What a tremendously successful first year he's had as coach. The only coach, Bill, I've seen all year whose blood pressure never seemed to vary too much. I don't recall seeing him lose his cool all season long.
No. Jimmy Jones at center, Williams on the left wing, Butler on the right, Johansson and Ian Turnbull as the puck is shot over the line. That's Randy Maneri, number 2, with it for the Los Angeles Kings. Number 16 is Marcel Dion. 18, Dave Taylor. It's shot down the ice. It's over the red line. It's touched by Williams, and that is icing.
Fast pace in the early going here in the crowd. Metro Chairman Paul Godfrey instrumental in bringing baseball to Toronto.
Darryl Edistran, number 25, is the other defenseman playing with Randy Maneri. All set to go. Face-off in that circle. Face-offs have been very important. This one to Turnbull. He took a shot. It deflects into the corner. Marcel Dion around on the boards. It comes. There's going to be a penalty here right off the bat. Interference. And the first penalty is coming up. And it goes to the Kings. Darryl Edistran, number 25. From Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, this is Stanley Cup 78.
Here they come, the popular Ford Explorers. There's no better time to buy than now during the 11th annual Ford Explorers celebration. Special edition Ford pickups that come with special paint, mag-style wheel covers, and special cab trim. The value adds up as you add on. Pick options like power steering, Cruise-O-Matic. You'll get great value on these tough Ford Explorers. Get down to your Ford or Mercury dealer now before they're all gone.
At 1:18 of the first period, the first penalty goes to Darryl Edistran of the Kings for interference, and it's probably going to be the first of many the way they're starting to bump out there.
Number 11 for Los Angeles is Peter Stemkowski. To kill off this penalty, Sittler, Lenny McDonald, Maloney, Salming, and Turnbull. Bob Murdoch back out on the defense for Los Angeles. It comes right back to Salming. A shot. Vachon stopped that, and he's got it. About 4 feet outside the goal crease, Brian.
Well, you mentioned moments ago, Bill, the importance of those face-offs, especially in the corners. Here's Rogie Vachon making the stop. He has a 2 average versus the Leafs this season, and 286 against the league in total.
Murdoch talking and giving instructions as we get set to face off. That's Marcel Dion, number 16 out there, but the Leafs have the puck. Maloney gets it back to Turnbull. Turnbull took a shot. That's in behind Vachon. He doesn't know where it is. And he nearly kicked it back into his own net.
Well, the Kings are going to have to do something about this face-off situation. The Leafs have beaten them twice in a row now and had good scoring chances. Here Maloney gets it back, shot on its way, and Rogie looks behind him. Where is it? It's under him. And almost squirted loose.
Sittler wins the draw again to Turnbull. Ian Turnbull into Sittler. Took his shot. Another one for Maloney. Maloney is hooked. Sittler missed it. Rogie Vachon with the puck. Rogie Vachon to Sittler. Sittler for Lanny McDonald. It's intercepted, and Murdoch gets it out to center ice, and Dion hits Rogie Vachon, and Sittler gives it to Ian Turnbull. Turnbull back to the net. Up on the right wing for Sittler. Play is called, an interference penalty now to the Leafs. Rogie Vachon. There's no score in this first period.
Edistrin still had 1:20 left in his penalty for interference. Now Salming goes to the box. Let's catch it. Watch the upper right of your screen. Salming, 21, interfering with Stemkowski as Turnbull made the rush.
Interference. Time 1:58. Boria Salming for interference. Time 1:58.
1:58. Boria Salming for interference. All set to go now. Teams are even at 5 aside. Sittler gets the draw to Mike Pellick. Pellick and Glennie. Sittler and Ellis. Pellick gets it over for Ron Ellis. Ellis gets it out over the line. Too well covered by Larry Brown. Now the puck is loose. Randy Maneri pushed by Ellis. Gets it over on the wing to Murphy. Murphy, number 7, coming to center over the blue line. He's poke checked by Glennie. It's offside.
Number 11, Pete Stemkowski. That was the Kings player that Salming interfered with moments ago. A veteran of many years in the NHL and was a member of the Leafs Stanley Cup championship team in 1967. He scored 53 points in playoff action, more than any other player on the ice tonight. Lenny back in action, wearing the collar, also nursing a groin injury. The Leafs happy to have him back on the blue line.
Stan Weir at center now with Williams, Pellick, and Glennie, who has the puck. A pass over to Mike Pellick. Pellick gets over center, drives the puck in. Williams was offside.
Parker Williams. Don't see him so much on the power play now for the Leafs. He had 6 power play goals early on. Hasn't scored one since Christmas. That's 48 games without a power play score. Right now the teams are even, however.
44 seconds left in Edistran's penalty. 1:22 in Salming as play is underway. Harry Brown getting it over to Randy Maneri. Maneri up at center. Right onto Stan Weir's stick. Stan Weir comes straight to center. Shot the puck into the corner. The rebound goes near Vachon. Picked up by number 7, Mike Murphy of Los Angeles. Gets it to number 19, Butch Goring. He lost it, and Maneri has it again. Randy Maneri of LA out to Butch Goring. Goring, number 19 at center, to the Leaf line. Dropped it back. Murphy then tried to relay it, and it's picked up by Mike Pellick. Pellick shot it out to center ice. Cleared then by Gary Sargent. Back on the ice is Darryl Edistran. LA at full strength. Goes behind the Leaf net. Mike Pellick. Shot it along the boards. Williams covered, but it's brought up by Mike Pellick. Pellick goes over the line for Williams. Pellick goes after it himself. Took his man into the boards, then hit the boards himself. Back up the ice for Dion. He's checked. Ian Turnbull with 11 seconds remaining in Salming's penalty. Edistran, a long shot. Stopped by Palmateer. I believe that's the first shot on the Leaf net. It's cleared down the ice. Salming is out. There was a man in position, so there's no icing called. It comes up to Taylor. Taylor down this right side, stopped by Ian Turnbull, who was knocked down from behind. Here's trying to get right in front. A shot at the goalpost. And another grab by Palmateer. Danny Grant, how he could ever miss that one. Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
We know that banker's hours may not be your hours. And when you want to see somebody about a loan, that can be a problem. So phone Scotiabank. A Scotia Plan loan officer will arrange a time when you can get together. Outside normal banking hours if necessary. When everything else seems cold and empty, we'll keep a light in the window for you at Scotiabank.
Just on shift?
Thanks for sticking around.
Well, that
So
about
come
wraps
to
it up.
Scotiabank.
Thank you.
Grow with us.
Close call at the Leaf end moments ago. Danny Grant, tremendous goal scorer, not much of a skater, but there's the shot. And the Leafs managed to clear it away before the rebound was poked in.
Dion gets it back to Murdoch. His shot was stopped by Williams. Jones, a pass ahead for Butler. Butler cutting in. Goes behind the net. Still has it. Centered it right in front. Williams takes the shot. It's still loose. Jones back to Turnbull, a shot. And the Leaf player Butler was interfered with. The holding penalty going to the Los Angeles Kings.
Looks like Larry Brown, number 3. Now we have a mix-up in front of Rogie Vachon. Boy, we've had 3 close calls in this hockey game already. 2 at the Kings' end, 1 at Palmateer's end of the ice.
We have a penalty coming up here, Brian, and it's to number 3, Larry Brown.
All right, let's see if we can catch how this penalty occurred. It followed a close call by Williams right in front of Vachon. You see the bouncing puck. Rogie Vachon very quickly got the left leg down. And where is Brown? There's Brown, number 3, putting a wrap on Butler. 4:36.
Larry Brown for holding.
Holding on
Time,
Butler.
4:36.
Now the Leafs have the advantage again. This is their second chance.
Leafs have 57 power play goals this year. That's an efficiency average of 22.2%. The leader in the power play, Darryl Sittler, 14 of his 45 goals scored with the man advantage.
And Mike Pellick over at the Leaf bench getting some medical attention. And we have the Leaf captain here lining up for this faceoff in LA territory. No score in the game. We're at plate 4:36. Here's a chance for Turnbull. Ian Turnbull trying to set up Sittler in front of the net. Ian Turnbull going right in on goal. And that was stopped by Vachon. Goes around to Murphy. Can't get it out. Boreas Salming with a shot. A rebound by Lanny McDonald. Lanny McDonald has it again. Right in front of Maloney, and he missed it. It's cleared, but not out. Ian Turnbull again with it. Shot it behind the net. Eddistrand is covered. Maloney trying to get it out in front. Back to Salming. Salming takes his shot. Vachon caught that.
Leafs coming awfully close here against Vachon. Here's Salming's shot. He stops that. McDonald is right there, and it's off him again, and then McDonald was tripped up. Leafs looking very powerful, and Sittler winning almost every draw so far.
Well, there he is, Rogie Vachon, considered the premier goalkeeper in the National Hockey League around the circuit. We got Williams, Maloney, and Sittler now. Lanny McDonald takes a rest. Boreas Salming. No, they've got Lanny McDonald back at the point on the right side, number 7. So they're going with 4 forwards and 1 defenseman. Sittler with Murdoch. The puck wasn't dropped fairly. They'll do it all over again. And Stamkowski bumped into Lanny McDonald.
Got Dan Maloney in there taking the draw. That's the second time they've done that. Now they're going to switch to Sittler. No, it's Maloney.
In the playoffs, you can expect anything.
Yeah.
14:44 remaining in the first period. Alan Williams is talking to the linesman. He says Stamkowski shouldn't be allowed to take the face-off. Williams wins the draw. Back to Salming to Lanny McDonald. He shot it off the board. Sittler trying to get it in front. Goes back to Lanny McDonald again to Maloney. Off his stick. Sittler has it. Sittler coming from the front side. It was shot back to him. Still has it. 1 minute remaining in the penalty. Darryl Sittler has it again. Back to Lanny McDonald. Into Sittler. Sittler gets a shot. It's right in front of the net. They try to dig it out, and it's shot off the boards and down the ice. Boreas Salming back there for it. 40 seconds remaining in the penalty. Long pass to Maloney at center. Over to Williams. Williams is over the line. Takes his shot. He fired it wide. Sittler lets one go. That's knocked down. He gets it through to Maloney. Back to Salming. A shot right in front of the net. It's picked wide. Darryl Sittler. Lanny McDonald is shot.
They're saying Maloney was in the crease, and they're not going to give the Leafs the goal. Maloney was in the crease, and referee Bruce Hood is saying the goal will not count. There's a lot of jamming going on. Maybe on the replay when we see it, we'll see how he got in the crease. Was he pushed in? I don't think there's any question Maloney was in there. And the Leaf fans are setting up a howl now as the goal will be disallowed. Now, here's Williams in front. Let's see this shot by McDonald on its way. Now, where is Maloney? You can see him in behind Rogie Vachon. Definitely both feet in the crease, and you could not tell how he got there. Whether he went in of his own volition or whether he was shoved in, you could not see on that. But referee Bruce Hood had a pretty close eye on things, and he rules no goal. Now, from this angle, there's Maloney. He was shoved in there, it appeared. And the Kings seem to be holding him in there.
Trevor Johansson to Pat Boutette, Stan Weir, and Murphy. They get after the puck. Ian Turnbull keeps it in for Stan Weir. Stan Weir trying to get it out in front. Goes back of the net. Comes out in front. Oh! Stan Weir on the short side.
In front, 1-0. The players coming off the bench to congratulate Stan Weir. To this point, Toronto has outshot Los Angeles 9-1. And they get the first goal. Weir coming from behind. And dead center of the net. Here he comes again. We'll get a better look at it here. Where did he find room? Just over the left elbow, it appeared, of Rogie Vachon. And this followed the dispute. Stan Weir at 6:35.
Toronto goal scored by number 14, Stan Weir.
Here he is,
assist
coming from behind as the Kings are scrambling.
Number 15, Pat Boutette. Time 6:35.
Only 1 second left in the penalty to Larry Brown when Weir scored a power play goal.
6 minutes 35 seconds was the time of the scoring play by Stan Weir. Apps at center now. Monahan on one wing and Gold up on the other. The puck at the blue line. Turnbull ran into Monahan. The puck goes down the ice, and it's called for icing and will come all the way back into the Los Angeles zone to the right. 13 minutes, 14 seconds remaining in the first period. 1-0 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Over the Los Angeles Kings.
Certainly controlling the puck, Bill, on that with the man advantage in the King zone. And you'd think there might have been a little letdown after the goal was called back with Maloney in the crease. Instead, Weir popped one in.
The puck is shot into the corner. Darryl Eddistrand hands it to Stan Weir. And his shot from behind the net was bounced back. He fights for it. They go to the boards. Play is called.
On the scoreboard, look at those Red Wings. They're leading Atlanta 1-0 in the first period, and rookie Dale McCord, what a fine year he's had, has done the damage for the Wings.
He's got superstar marked on him.
Oh, I think so.
The puck is shot to the blue line. Trevor Johansson's shot cleared out over the blue line by Randy Maneri. Offside. Weir, he couldn't get out in time. Pat Boutette brought it in.
Lanny McDonald at the bench finished the year with 47 goals, just one shy of the all-time Leaf record held by Frank Mahovlich.
Puck is knocked into the corner in LA territory there. Randy Maneri back of the net, starting to come out, gets it up to center ice. Off a stick, Johansson tried to feed Ellis, and Monahan got it right down into Leaf territory. Palmateer to Johansson, into Ian Turnbull. Ian Turnbull didn't get it out. Maneri kept it in. Monahan passed it back out. Boutette tried to cover his man. Darryl Eddistrand stopped by Turnbull. Up it comes to Ellis. Offside at the blue line.
Turnbull bumps with Apps. The players mill around. Ellis tried to make a pretty good play there, but he just couldn't drag his foot on the blue line.
This is Stanley Cup 78 from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
A CBC special. West looks west a story of trade between Japan and Western Canada.
They have technology, we have resources.
It's a very different culture, it's a very different way of doing business.
It's probably the only country in the world where you have to file a riot plan with the police.
West Looks West, a CBC documentary special Sunday night at 10.
And we're back live here at Maple Leaf Gardens, and there is Coach Roger Nielsen looking on with the Leafs leading 1-0. Dion at center, Taylor on one wing, and Grant on the other as it's shot in wide of Vachon. Cleared off the boards by Murdoch. It comes out to center ice. Maurice Salming has it. He flipped it along to Williams. Williams covered along the boards right at the penalty bench, and they hold it long enough for a face-off.
Leafs have a pretty good home record against the Kings over the years. They've won 18, lost 5. Well, at the Forum, it's quite the reverse. They've won 9 and lost 17. It's Gary Sargent, 22.
Sargent playing on the defense with Rob Palmer now, number 6, hit for the first time. Williams, number 22, up to center ice, gets over the red line, shot the puck in, the rebound, Vachon leaving it there for Sargent. It's handed to Butler, to Jones, to Butler right in front of the net, and his backhand was wide. They go to the board. The puck comes to Marcel Dion. Now we have a mix-up. Play going right on. Play is finally called and whistled down. We had Rob Palmer, Jimmy Jones, Taylor, and Butler.
That was almost humorous, Bill, the way the 4 of them kept pushing and shoving. The puck squirted free and went all the way down the ice, and they were still elbowing, shoving, jostling each other along the boards.
Well, it was, I think you'll find out a high stick comes up, but it was accidental.
That's Taylor, the ex-Clarkson College star, another great-looking rookie in the NHL. That's Butler in against the boards.
Now watch the stick.
Oh, yes.
See that?
Yes. Your eyes get better every year, Bill.
And actually was caused by his own teammate coming into the room. From the faceoff, Jimmy Jones shot it out on the left wing to Williams at center. A long shot. Vachon seemed to fan on it, but it was off the target. Jones is after it again. Behind the net. Centered it right in front. Williams couldn't get it. Cleared by Murdoch up the center. Dion shoots it in wide of the net. Palmateer comes out of the goal, wraps it off the glass and out to center ice. Cleared back by Larry Brown over here for Murdoch. Murdoch's pass intercepted by Butler, Williams, and Turnbull. Ian Turnbull missed a check and then went back. Murdoch. Williams missed Taylor with a body check. The puck in front of the Leaf net, chopped over to the far wing. Lanny McDonald is out there now. As the Leafs are changing on the go, Williams flips it to center ice by Murdoch. Over to Darrell Edestrand. Edestrand, a long shot. Palmateer had no trouble with that. Up to Lanny McDonald with Sittler. Just got it out. Shot back in again. A shot by Mike Murphy ends up on Sittler's stick. And Sittler flips it out to center. Back it goes to Randy Maneri. Up to Murphy. Play is called. It was shot from inside the blue line over the red line at center. And that's where the face-off will be called by Gerard Gauthier.
Mike Murphy scored 25 points in playoff competition. Former Marlboro star, went on to New York. Kings acquired him in a pretty good trade that worked out well for the Kings. Used to call Los Angeles Team Castoff. They'd had about 20 players nobody else seemed to want.
Long shot goes in behind the net all the way around on the boards. Darrell Edestrand. Lanny McDonald was manhandled over at the boards. Back to Dion to Stemkowski. It's over the line. Stopped by Salming. Salming couldn't get it out. Maloney tried to get to it. Over to Salming and Sittler. Now Salming is knocked down by Stemkowski. It was a high stick.
Kings expected a physical game, and the Leafs made no bones about it.
Going for high sticking. With the score, Toronto 1 and Los Angeles nothing. This is Stanley Cup 78.
In an audio market flooded by exotic names, there's still a familiar one.
Good morning, world. It's going to be a beauty today.
A little dancing, a little romancing.
Hey, coming at you, another blast from the past.
Ms. Jones, further to our meeting with...
All right, Joe, that's the latest.
Charlie 822, this is Baker 701. Come in, please, over.
The familiar name, General Electric, for reliable quality audio products. Canadian General Electric, working to give you your money's worth.
I'm 10-11.
Well, there you see the penalties. Wilson picked one up as well with Sittler. Well, we have Sittler and Wilson. Watch them over on the boards.
Bert Wilson's a big, strong fellow, and he took 127 penalty minutes this year. Darryl Sittler took an even 100. That's a high for him.
Teams are even at 5 aside. 1-0 Toronto Maple Leafs, 9:44 remaining in the first period. Boria Salming over on the wing to Ferguson, making his first appearance, coming up with Glennie and Maloney. They shoot it into the corner. Here's by Murphy, who is hit by Maloney. Ferguson gets it back to Glennie. Then he shot it wide of the net. Maloney into the corner, and Ferguson. Ferguson gets the puck. Shot it out in front. Vachon held it, and we'll have a face-off.
Lanny got a patch on the nose. Didn't see that happen, but it's been that kind of a hockey game so far, and we played just over half a period. We've got 9:20 left in the first period. Detroit now leading Atlanta 3-0, and I think Errol Thompson has one of the goals. Yes, McCourt, Thompson, and Nedomansky.
The puck is in the corner. Round on the boards it comes. Murphy can't get it out. Edestrand has to go back for L.A. Edestrand gets away from one check, shot it. Boria Salming was there. Boria Salming still with the puck. He's hauled down, trying to get it out in front. Goes to Glennie. Glennie over to Salming. Salming takes his shot. Vachon stopped that. Back for Goring and Murphy. Up over the blue line. Murphy trying to cut in. Took a shot. It was wide. George Ferguson getting it up for Maloney. He and Boria Salming going down together. Maloney takes a shot. He just missed. Murphy is checked by Stan Weir. Stan Weir back to Turnbull. Teams are even at 5 aside. And the puck is shot around on the board. Stan Weir has it. To Ellis, back to Turnbull. Turnbull back for Ellis and Weir, and it goes behind the net. Gary Sargent along the board, stopped by Trevor Johansson, and he tried to set up Stan Weir. Back come the Kings. They clear it at the blue line. Offside is number 21, Glenn Golda.
One goal so far by Stan Weir from Turnbull and Boutet at 6:35. Another look at the scoreboard. Buffalo leading the New York Rangers 1-0 in the first period. Goal by Gilbert Perreault. Sittler with 11 seconds left, the same amount of time, of course, as Bert Wilson.
Jimmy Jones with Tiger Williams, Marcel Dion, Bob Murdoch, Gary Sargent, all lining up for this face-off outside the blue line. Jones, Turnbull, Williams, and Johansson. Number 18 is Taylor, of course. Now then Williams gets it over the line. Gary Sargent checked by Williams. Williams gets it into the corner. Now the teams are at full strength. Williams shoved off the puck, and he gives Murdoch a push. Back down the ice for the Kings, and number 8, Bert Wilson, was too well covered by Trevor Johansson. Then they go to the boards, play is called. Johansson starts shoving at Taylor. And it wouldn't take too much to start something the way they're going. But it has not been what you call a chippy hockey.
No, a lot of bruises follow a game like this. Johansson had a very powerful game against Boston here Saturday night. I think you mentioned it during the telecast, Bill, possibly his best game of the season. While we have the delay, let's take a look at the series. Colorado at Philadelphia, 1-0 Flyers, first period, goal by Rick McLeish. He's always great in the playoffs.
Certainly is. Marcel Dion with Danny Grant, number 15, on the left wing. And Dave Taylor on the right side, number 18. The puck is to Ian Turnbull. Turnbull back of the net. Jimmy Jones comes back there with him. Turnbull ahead to Johansson. Johansson's pass for Williams is knocked off his stick. Harry Sargent. There's going to be a penalty to the Leafs. Williams, I believe, on that exchange. Bob Murdoch getting it up. It's passed back. Sargent's got it again. They got to be careful. It's cleared by Murdoch into the Leaf zone. Back to get it is Trevor Johansson. That's called. And we'll have a penalty. This Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Sit back and take a quick look at the John Deere line. Now for a closer look, see your John Deere dealer.
Tiger Williams gets his first playoff penalty. He picked up 351 minutes during the regular season. He gets it for slashing at 12:56.
And so the Los Angeles Kings will have their chance for the power play, and it's right from the faceoff. Borje Salming shoots it down the ice. Gary Butler, Jimmy Jones, Borje Salming, Ryan Glennie. Coming out is Tommy Williams, up the center. Gets it over here to Dion. Dion gets over the line, shot it through to Williams. He's checked by Borje Salming, and Borje Salming shoots it down the ice. Going back for it is Marcel Dion, number 16. Mike Murphy, number 7, on the right side here. Butch Goring, it goes for Murphy. Checked by Butler. Back it goes to Glennie. Over for Borje Salming, and he golfs it down the ice. For the Kings again, Marcel Dion to Murphy. Shot it out over the line. Borje Salming seems to control the puck completely. He's got it again. Off the boards, out the center. Stopped by Sargent, over to Dion. Dion just cleared the puck over the line, and guess who? Borje Salming is there again. And he shoots it down the ice. Back of the net for Gary Sargent. 49 seconds remaining in the penalty to Williams. Butch Goring. Getting it to number 22, Gary Sargent, up at center. Up to the Leaf line. Stops. And to go back, his teammates are offside, and he waits to Murphy. That's knocked down. That's blood over the line. Grant took a shot. Borje Salming stopped that. It's cleared over onto the far side. Gary Sargent a shot. That's deflected high and goes over the glass into the crowd.
Danny Grant gets up slowly as he was bowled over as he sailed in front of Palmateer.
Toronto Maple Leafs 1, Los Angeles Kings nothing. 5:24 remaining in the first period as we have a good look at Mike Palmateer.
Palmateer shut out the Kings twice this year. After one shutout in Los Angeles, Rogie Vachon sent him a big cigar over. He won't do it tonight if it happens.
Jimmy Jones lost the draw this time. The Stemkowski shot that ends up on the boards. George Ferguson has broken his stick. Now the Kings, a shot, and that's blocked by Mike Palmateer with his right hand. And he was determined to grab that one because of Ferguson breaking his stick.
Well, perhaps Randy Maneri might not have shot had he thought about it for more than a second or two. Here's the puck coming back to Maneri, the former Atlanta Flame. Well, he had a pretty good shot, an open target there, and Palmateer made a good grab.
Peter Stemkowski, number 11, playing at center. Danny Grant on the left wing. Dave Taylor on the right side. Randy Maneri and Darrell Edestrand are the defensemen. 9 seconds remaining in Williams' penalty as the puck went to the blue line, but not out. And Maneri a shot. Palmateer stopped that. Borje Salming finds an opening, shoots it down the ice. Williams is out on the ice, and it happened before the puck crossed the red line, so that's icing called against the Maple Leafs.
5 minutes even left in the first period. Leafs leading 1-0. This is the first game in the 2 out of 3 preliminary series, Toronto and Los Angeles. The second game, and you'll be able to see it on the network. Game 2, Toronto at Los Angeles from the fabulous Forum on Thursday night.
Murdoch comes back to his position now. He was over at the LA bench getting a new stick. That's still Apps at center ice, number 14, along with Hartland Monahan and Glenn Golda. Stan Weir with Pat Boutette and Ron Ellis. Weir to Ellis. The linesman Matt Pavlich was knocked down. It's cleared up at center. Cleared right back again, though, by the Kings, and Palmateer leaves the puck there for Ian Turnbull. Turnbull up to Pat Boutette. Over to Johansson to Stan Weir. Stan Weir has scored the only goal of the game so far. A shot, Ellis went after it. Picked up by number 3, Larry Brown. Brown at center ice to Murdoch. Murdoch is checked by Johansson. Turnbull shoots it out. Monahan shoots it back in again. Apps goes after it. Palmateer lets it go to Ian Turnbull. A pass ahead to Jones with Jerry Butler. Butler's cutting in the right wing. Shoots his goal!
The Leafs lead it 2-0, and again they come off the bench. Every player except Gordon McRae celebrating a birthday today, but standing there applauding, comes out now to congratulate Jerry Butler. An outstanding rush, as the Kings might have been caught trying to outsmart the Leafs with a line change here. Butler around the defense. I think Vachon thought he might cut in front, and he fooled him, going the other way, slipping it in. It's 2-0.
Jerry Butler. Assist number 16, Jimmy Jones.
Jimmy Jones
and
on
number
the pass.
2, Ian Turnbull.
Along with Turnbull getting the other assist. You can see the reaction of Butler.
Jerry Butler from Jimmy Jones and Ian Turnbull.
Scored 9 goals during the regular season. Gets a big one here in the playoffs. Time 15:53. Watch it again. Butler coming in on Vachon. Little move here. Rogie went down. He slipped it underneath. Bill, the Kings, I noticed, made 2 changes on that last shift in a matter of seconds, trying to get first Apps off the ice and Dion on, and then they switched right back again. That might have hurt them on that play.
Butch Goring at center ice with Murphy on the right wing. Williams on the left. Puck is cleared for Maloney. Maloney missed it, driven by Darryl Sittler. Lanny McDonald races after it, shot it to the other side. Cleared out by Murphy for Goring as Sittler stepped into Murphy. Boria Salming shoots the puck in. It's offside.
Well, let's go downstairs now to Dave Hodge.
Stay tuned. In our first intermission, we're going to have a playoff feature on the importance of scoring the first goal. We'll talk to Maple Leaf captain Darryl Sittler, and Howie Meeker will have highlights of our first period.
Well, the Leafs got the important first goal tonight, and they also got the important second goal. They lead it 2-0 with 3:46 to play, first period.
Two to nothing for the Toronto Maple Leafs as we get set for the face-off. It comes back. Shot by number 6, Bob Palmer. Leafs just shoot it out the center ice. Sargent gets it over for Palmer, over his stick, gets the rebound off the boards, and he hands it to Mike Pellick, who drives it in behind the net. Ron Ellis goes after it. Sargent beat him to it, just getting it. Still behind the net, though. Ellis after his man. It's cleared out for Goldup. Goldup at center, over the blue line for Los Angeles. He lost the puck. Boria Salming for Pat Boutette. It comes out the center ice. Shot over for Apps. Apps is over the line. He's caught by Salming. Goes into the corner. Mike Pellick holding it against the board. Sittler's there, and play is called. Exactly 3 minutes remaining, first period. Live from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'll get it, Daddy. Hi, Mike.
Ready? It's when your children are growing up that you realize you're not getting any younger either, and that it's time to review your own plans for the future. Talk it over with a Mutual Life of Canada agent.
Hey, Mr. Wilson. Hi, Darrell. Have a good time.
We understand.
Life is a mutual
Well, we're back live here in Toronto, and it's 2-0 for the Maple Leafs as Marcel Dion is on the forward line. Puck goes near Palmateer. Borja Salming gets it back in the net. Grant centered it, and it's centered all the way down the ice to center. Goes back to the blue line. Edestrand to Maneri. His pass intercepted by Salming. Salming missed a body check from Edestrand. Williams goes after it. Goes into the corner. Jerry Butler flipped it behind the net into the corner on this side. And it's cleared by Edestrand. Butler stepped into him. Play is called. A little bumping here and there. And Williams looks around. And he and number 18, Dave Taylor, have been exchanging pleasantries all through this first period.
Salming just handed out a tremendous body check a moment ago against Still Apps. Major League Baseball returns to CBC television this Friday with the Toronto Blue Jays in their home opener against Detroit. The Montreal Expos opening their 10th season against New York. So check your local listings for game and time in your area.
2 minutes and 27 seconds remaining now in the first period. Leafs have a 2-0 lead. Borja Salming shoots the puck around on the boards, goes behind the net. Vachon had to get away from him momentarily, but it's recovered there by Randy Maneri. Randy Maneri's pass up for Taylor. Mike Pellick just missed him with a body check. Maneri shoots the puck over the line, and Borja Salming goes into the corner, right around on the boards for Williams. He let it go. It's not out. Maneri shot it into the corner. Dion got it in front. Jerry Butler has it. Jerry Butler up with Jimmy Jones. He's flying over the line. Williams didn't get to it. And it's brought back by Taylor. Taylor of the Kings over the line. Gets his shot. Palmateer knocked that down and holds on.
Taylor showing some moves. No wonder he tied the NCAA record with Clarkson College last year. Something like 108 points. From Levac, Ontario.
One minute, 45 seconds as you see the players leaving the ice. There's Mike Palmateer, Leaf netminder, behind the mask. Danny Maloney, number 9, right in your picture right now. Mike Murphy, number 7, facing off with Sittler. Maloney and Lanny McDonald, his teammates out there with him. It goes to Trevor Johansson. Trevor Johansson trying to bring it out off the boards for Maloney. Maloney knocked it down to Sittler. Shot the puck in off the boards. It's Sargent. Goes to Maloney. Maloney trying to dig it out. Knocked off the puck. Comes to the blue line. Murphy was knocked down. Goring got it over the line. Intercepted by Lanny McDonald. Lanny McDonald off the boards for Maloney. Didn't reach him. Cleared in by the Kings. Trevor Johansson goes back around on the boards for Lanny McDonald. It came out. Sittler knocked his man down. Hammer trying to get it over to Goring. He does. Goring gets around Maloney. Less than a minute to go in this first period. It's shot around on the boards and out. Mary Sargent covered by Sittler. He kicks it through for Lanny McDonald with Maloney. Lanny McDonald going right in and goal. And a good save there by Vachon as Maloney was standing in front of the net. A long shot into the Leaf zone, and Palmateer cleared that to Sittler. 36 seconds. A pass out for Maloney. Up to Lanny McDonald. He shoots it in. Leafs are changing on the go. Over the boards is Boutet. Ellis. Sittler still out there. Ryan Glennie poked it. Sittler went flying into the boards as he missed Goldup. A pass over the line for Hartman. A Leaf player is grabbed. Called for icing, and it'll go all the way back down the ice into LA territory with 11 seconds remaining in the first period.
Leafs bumping and bruising the Kings at every opportunity. Detroit leading Atlanta 4-0 in the first period as McCourt, Arrow Thompson, Nedomansky, and Dennis Hextall have done the damage for the Wings. Boy, the Flames had such a great finish. Colorado has tied it up against Philadelphia. Ex-Leaf Dennis DePerry has scored for the Rockies. They're in the second period now.
We have 11 seconds remaining here at Maple Leaf Gardens. First period. Peter Stemkowski against Stan Weir. Goes behind the net into the corner. Edistran is covered. Cleared out in front by Stan Weir. Ellis couldn't get to it. Ellis knocked his man off the puck. Here's Stan Weir with it. Just as the bell goes to end the first period. And so the score at the end of the first period, Toronto Maple Leafs 2, Los Angeles Kings 0.
A CBC special. Final audition, a showcase of the best new talent in Canada, from folk to the classics. It's an exciting glimpse of 15 stars of the future selected in the Du Maurier Talent Search. This week, see 5 finalists performing with top-flight entertainers backing them up. And be watching Friday, May 19th, when the top 5 will be selected and presented with $5,000 awards in a special live broadcast. Final audition with host Fred Davis this Friday at 9.
Wednesday night, the Fifth Estate looks at lotteries, the ticket to Tomorrowland for millions of Canadians. But there are thousands more who benefit from the magic bouncing balls without even buying a ticket.
So we went there, just sat there in our Speedos and drank a lot of Budweiser and made some new friends. It was a lot of fun.
Lucky for some, a gamble for others. Meet the people who really win on the lotteries.
69845. You've just won
The Fifth Estate, Wednesday night at 9:30 on CBC.
If you want something special for the sounds of your life, a realistic sound that's right for you, there's just one name that comes out loud and clear. That one name just keeps on coming through. Radio Shack, ooh, that's what you want to hear. Radio Shack, ooh, that's what you want to hear. Radio Shack.
2-0 for the Maple Leafs over the Los Angeles Kings. A strong start for the Leafs, just what they needed after their slump in regular season play. They outshot the Kings 12-7. They got goals from Stan Weir on the power play at the 6:35 mark. Jerry Butler at 15:53. The Leafs get the first goal, and we wondered how important that is.
The experts always say the first game is the key, and over the past 3 Stanley Cup playoff years, teams that won the first game went on to win the series 79% of the time. This leads us to wonder how important is scoring the first goal when it comes to winning the game, and especially in playoffs.
I would say that the first goal in a game, especially a playoff game, can set the trend for the rest of the game. If you can come out and jump to an early lead, I think it's probably going to show up later on in the game.
In the playoffs, when teams play maybe a little more defensively, it can force a good club like ours, if we don't score the first goal, to get away from our style and maybe open up a bit too much, and that could be costly also.
It gives you that extra cockiness that carries you throughout the first 10 minutes of a game, which can set the tempo throughout.
Well, anytime you get a goal, it lifts the team up. Everybody gets a little more friskier, I think, and a little more life. And obviously, if you can score the first one of the game, it's going to pick your whole team up.
Depending on what type of goal it is, if it's a bad break, you don't want to get down on yourself. If it's a good goal, then it makes you work that much harder to come back.
You know, you're so intent and the checking's so close that first goal, one goal can win a game lots of times in the playoffs. So that in the playoffs, it's all the more important to get that first one.
Now the other team has to get 2 to win. That's the way you look at it. But you start worrying about that, you get the other team, you get yourself psyched too much. I don't pay any attention to that.
You know, if you make up your mind and say, well, we have to get the first goal, and something happened and you don't get the first goal, then it could play an effect psychological on the players.
No, I don't worry about first goal, just the last goal and more of them.
If you happen to get the first goal, fine, it's a plus.
I don't personally think that the first goal in the game is all that significant, and if you don't get upset by it and you don't lose your composure over it, then you will acknowledge that there are many minutes left in the game in which to get a few back.
Well, it is important. I think there is a psychological lift for a team that does score the first goal, but I don't think it's going to determine a ball game, especially in playoffs.
Well, I think it's always a big goal for our team because then it puts the pressure on the other team to catch up.
It does give a team a lift. There's no question about that.
It gives you confidence and it gives you that little extra psych at the beginning of a game or whenever it comes.
If you score that first goal, you could sit back and just wait for the other team to do a mistake. And the other team got to open up sooner or later, and when they open up, you get better chance to score.
Statistics speak for themselves, and if you'll check, the team that scores the first goal, I would probably say 75% of the time wins the hockey game. And of course, that's magnified when you get into the playoffs. We've
won 28 games and lost only 8 and tied 4 when we scored the first goal. When we haven't scored the first goal, our record is 13 wins, 18 losses, and 6 ties.
It gives an edge to the team who scores the goal, and it also gives the player in question a lot of confidence for the game to come. It's not absolutely necessary to score the first goal of the game, but I think if you score the first goal of the game, the majority of the times you win the game if you're a decent hockey club.
Ron Andrews, the NHL statistician, confirms everyone's suspicions. The first goal is important. Over the last 3 years, the team that scored first went on to win the game 69% of the time.
Tonight, I think we see a good example of the importance of the first goal, especially because the Leafs had that disallowed goal, and then Weir scored on the heels of what could have been a letdown for the Maple Leafs. They went on to make it 2-0. Coming up next, Darryl Sittler, an interview taped out of necessity prior to tonight's game. Stanley Cup 78 continues in just a moment.
Down by the old mill stream, where I first met you, were 16.
If you have to have a meeting and can't go, a conference call gets different people in different cities together to work out whatever they're working on. Just dial 0. Ask for the conference operator. She sets it all up.
A special album of 25 all-time favorites. This 25 all-time favorites album is in the stores now. Album $6.99, tape $7.99. The Magic Organ.
Darryl, I think the fans might wonder about the mood of the Leaf team entering this playoff series, considering the way the Leafs have played recently, whether there might be a feeling of apprehension or perhaps relief that the playoffs are finally here.
Well, I think it's a thing of relief, you know. We went our last 8 or 10 games, and, you know, I know myself I was looking forward to them ending and getting on to the playoffs. It doesn't matter really what you do throughout the year. It's now we've made the playoffs, we got to do it again in the playoffs. And I know, you know, from being with the guys that the guys are really up high, and the last 10 or 12 games, some people have doubted us, and we want to show to them that we are a sixth-place team. We worked hard to get there all year, and we've improved. And you know, I just get those 10 or 12 games out of my mind and start again fresh tonight. Obviously, your line with Lanny McDonald and Dan Maloney will be very important. You and Lanny have provided the bulk of the Leafs scoring. The third member, though, is very important. Do you feel comfortable now with Dan Maloney, and has that last 10 or 12 game stretch that you're talking about perhaps provided some benefits in letting him mix with you people better? Well, Danny's come on strong in the last few games, especially the last game in Buffalo. He's the type of guy, he goes in and he creates scoring opportunities. He gets the defenseman to cough the puck up. And it was hard for Danny. He came into a situation where we started to lose. You know, it wasn't his fault at all, but some of the fans and some of the media, you know, wondered, what about the trade? And I know Danny's a heck of a team guy, and I'd like to have him on my side, not against me. And I know that he'll be going out and giving everything he has, and he'll help our hockey club a lot. It's going to be very important to watch the center play in this series with the Kings, Dion, Goring, Silaps, 3 great centers. How do you analyze them? Are they different depending on who you might play against? Do you do anything differently against any of the 3 of them? Well, they're pretty much the same type of players. They're all explosive, you know. If you give them too much room, they can, you know, beat a guy one-on-one or split the defense, a two-on-one situation, and you have to check them awfully close. And I know our team, we feel we have to play aggressive and play it tough, and we're going to play that way in order to beat them.
Darryl Sittler, thank you very much, and good luck to the Maple Leafs in this and any subsequent playoff series. We'll return with Hockey Night in Canada in just a moment.
I've had this car for about 3 years and 130,000 miles, and I look after it. Like using STP oil treatment. A lot of drivers I know add STP to their engines. It gives your car that extra care I like having, whether I'm driving 12 hours a day or just around the block. You free? Yeah, get in. I never get a break, but my car sure does with STP oil treatment.
Like many people who don't bank at Scotiabank day to day, you've just borrowed from us. When you run smack dab into the manager of your bank, you say A.
My wife,
B.
The wind blew my hat in the...
Or C.
Look, a Scotia Plan loan officer can approve most loans on the spot. Doesn't have to check with computers or higher-ups, and is easy to talk to.
So come to Scotiabank and grow with us.
We've talked about the importance of goaltending, of scoring the first goal. Howie's been looking at something else that shouldn't wait, the importance of face-offs.
Well, we'd like to show you one right off the bat where the Toronto Maple Leafs are in the LA end and they're trying to win the draw to the middle of the rink. And it just doesn't make sense to me. Look at the Maple Leaf defenseman on the top of your screen. Now, he may as well be sitting on the bench. 3 times a game, the Leaf centerman in this position will win the draw, and it'll go right between the gap between the defenseman and the forward out into center ice. You watch for it at any game. Now, let's go on to the next one. Now, this makes sense to me. Look at the centerman is drawing to his backhand. He's going to get the puck to the boards. Look where the Leaf 2 defensemen are. They win the draw, and look, the puck goes to Selming, and look at the shot he gets. And the LA defensemen take the Leafs out on this one. Now, we'll show it to you again, the very same thing. On the power play, look where the defensemen are. If the Leafs get possession of the puck, they can throw it into that zone. The puck has to come out that zone, and the Leafs have flooded it. Just makes sense. Watch this. Now look at it in front of the net. All 3 Leaf attackers go in front of the net looking for the rebounds. There's 3 of them there. Look, if the loose puck had come out the other way, it's in. To me, it's so important that if you do win the draw, at least you retain possession of the puck and get that shot at the net. Hey, here's Super. Turnbull. Watch this one here. Let's back it up a little bit. Turnbull, hey, he's not playing defense. Look, he's on the attack, and the best attack in the other team's end. Now, here Weir starts to come out. And watch the LA defenseman, instead of going behind and taking him, look, he retreats. Hold it now. Let's look at, run it forward just a little bit, or back it up a little bit. See the LA defenseman? He goes out of the way. He has to go at Weir. Now Weir comes out. The LA defenseman backs up. He waits for Vachon to go down and just puts it in beautiful. But the fact is that the Toronto Maple Leafs are on the puck. They're finishing the check, and hey, they want to win. And Turnbull again on the attack. Watch him here. A power play again. Now watch the interference in front of the net. Look at Sittler block out the LA guy. Look at Turnbull right through the middle. If he puts it up high, he has a goal. When Turnbull and Selming are on the attack like they're on the attack today, hey, that Toronto Maple Leafs got a heck of a hockey club.
Well, Roger Nielsen might not want them on the attack as often as you would like to see them, but obviously they are important in terms of what they can do with a puck. Turnbull set up both goals, drew assists on both goals. But Nielsen's first priority is to be back in defense. And defensively, I think the Maple Leaf Blue Liners have played an excellent game tonight. Turnbull has made some fine defensive plays in addition to what he's done with a puck, and that makes Nielsen smile.
Well, on that very play there, I think Roger, over the winter, has said, hey, when Turnbull goes or Selming goes, if he goes down left wing, that left winger drops back. When Turnbull went in there, Boutet come back and played defense, and this is what you have to do. These 2 fellas have great offensive talent. Once you get across the red line, turn them loose.
Thank you, Howie. 2-0 for the Leafs live from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Ford Fiesta, with the secure feeling of control that's important in a small car. Fiesta, 0 to 80 kilometers in an average of 8.8 seconds. Road-gripping Michelin radial tires. The traction of front-wheel drive. And excellent gasoline economy. Fiesta, imported from Germany by Ford. Test drive Fiesta at your Ford or Mercury dealer today.
Can't figure it out, that's all.
Al,
What can
will
I
you
say?
explain how we all get a chance to win on this Lotto Canada package?
Of course I'll explain, Jane. Jim, June 9th, you could win $1 million.
Oh, what about
Jane,
me, huh?
I'm coming to you. You could win up to $5,000 if your number matches one of the Mother's Day draw numbers.
Oh!
And Ernie, you could win right now. Instant money up to
$500. Let me see that. What's the $500?
You get 3 chances to win with one Lotto Canada package. That's my kind of lottery.
You tell him, Al.
Make it yours.
With the end of the regular season, the Molson Cup has been presented and awarded to players in Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver for 3-star points compiled over the course of that regular season. The Maple Leaf winner was officially presented with his Molson Cup tonight by John Rogers, representing Molson's. We'd like to show you the ceremony.
Darrell, I represent all your admirers at Molson's, and I know I speak for your countless fans, but I congratulate you on your 3rd win of the Molson Cup, emblematic of the outstanding player of the Maple Leafs. Thanks for an exciting season, and I look forward to seeing you about 6 weeks from now when John Ziegler hands you another cup.
Thank you very much, John. On behalf of the Maple Leafs, we really do appreciate what Molson's are doing for hockey here in Toronto especially, and hopefully we can provide our fans with a little bit more entertainment in the next 6 weeks.
Thanks very much, John.
An excellent winner of the Molson Cup, although it was not easy for Darryl Sittler. He had to come on strong in the latter games to edge out teammates such as Laddie McDonald and Boreas Salming. In Montreal, no doubt about it, you would expect that Guy Lafleur was the winner of the Molson Cup, and indeed he was, polling almost twice as many votes as his nearest pursuers. And out in Vancouver, where the season did not include many winners at all, Cesar Maniago and Kurt Ridley finished in a tie. And look how close Graves and rookie Jerry Gillis were. Molson Cup, final standings for all 3 Canadian teams. Now to Brian and Bill, the second period is about to get underway.
Well, thank you, David, and we'll pass along our congratulations from the gauntlet to Darryl Sittler, to Guy Lafleur, and to Cesar Maniago and Kurt Ridley. And now, Bill, a summary of that first period.
Okay, Brian, and in that first period, it was all Maple Leafs. Stan Weir opened the scoring at 6:35 from Turnbull and Boutet, and then Butler from Jones and Turnbull at 15:53. Toronto outshot LA 12-7. And now we're getting set to resume play as Roger Nielsen looks on, the coach of the Maple Leafs. Marcel Dion at center ice. Danny Grant, number 15, on the left wing. And Taylor, number 18, on the right side. Boreas Salming off the boards for Jones to Butler. Butler shot the puck in. It goes inside the net. Taylor is given a bump by Williams. It comes back. Then he keeps it in with a shot. That's wide. Gary Butler after it. Dion missed it. Now it's picked off by Bob Murdoch. Murdoch stopped by Butler, who's all over the ice tonight, playing his strongest game as a Maple Leaf. Goes back to Boreas Salming. Salming back of the net. Long pass at center for Williams. Vachon. Butler took a whack at it. Now then Jimmy Jones. A back pass into the corner. Jerry Butler's there. Butler behind the net for Williams. He wasn't expecting it. Goes after it. Sargent's there with him. So is Dion, and play is called. Certainly a great effort by Jerry Butler, number 17 of the Leafs.
I haven't seen him skate this fast in a long while. Buffalo leading the Rangers 1-0. They're in the second period now. Goal by Perreault. Still Detroit 4. Atlanta no score in the second. McCork, Thompson, Nedomansky, and Hextall. And Colorado, the tying goal by Duperry against Philadelphia. They're in the second period. McLeish scored for the Flyers. Of the Leafs' 12 shots in that first period, Bill, Salming took 4 of them.
Well, he certainly controlled the play, and also when the Leafs were short-handed, the shot. And that shot stopped that one from Turnbull at the blue line. Ian Turnbull back at his own blue line, gets it to Trevor Johansson. Johansson's pass over on the wing for Maloney. And he has it knocked off his stick to center, but there's Turnbull again. Gets it over the line. Danny Maloney has to leave the ice for equipment change. Taken by Randy Maneri, getting it over to Darrell Eddestrand. The long shot. Palmateer stopped that. Turnbull missed it, but he got it back again. as the Leafs with a pass to Sittler. Sittler up at center, over the line, takes a shot high over top of the net. Lanny McDonald took a shot. Edestrand bumped into him. Veering pass ahead, over the line, on a hand going in. Mike Palmateer stopped that. Great save by Mike Palmateer. From Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, this is Stanley Cup 78.
You get a lot of luck with every lotto buck with Atlantic Lotto.
We won $1,000, we're rich. That's all I could keep thinking, we're rich.
You get a lot of luck with every lotto buck with Atlantic Lotto.
I won $25,000, and she kept saying, Mom, you're crazy.
Get a lot of luck with every lotto buck with Atlantic Lotto.
Well, Boom Boom Jeffreyon's son-in-law had a great scoring opportunity there. Palmateer went down awfully fast on that. Monahan could not get the puck up. A good stop by the Leaf netminder.
Butch Goring, number 19 at center. Williams. That's Tommy Williams. Now then, Mike Murphy is going to take the face-off against Lanny McDonald. Gloria Salming off the boards for Sittler. Sittler can't get by center as Edestrand had him covered. Now then, Williams gets the puck, gives it to Darrell Edestrand. Edestrand over the red line. No, he didn't cross it when he fired it. If the Leafs touch it, it's going to be icing, and it is. Edestrand was trying to wait.
Lanny McDonald was tied for 10th position among the NHL scoring leaders with 87 points. We mentioned his 47 goals earlier. McDonald also holds the third best output in Leaf history with his 46 goals of last year. So it goes Mahovlich with 48, McDonald this year with 47, McDonald last year with 46. And then Sittler.
Jimmy Jones, Jerry Butler, and Tiger Williams. Puck in the face-off circle. Marcel Dion checked by Jones. And it's picked off by Dion and brought out to center ice. Over the line with a shot. That's wide. Picked up by Mike Pellick. He's bumped by Dion. Dion centered it. Williams is there. And Jerry Butler starts down the ice at center. He tried to get it over the line to Pellick. It's shot back to Boreas Salmon. Up for Williams. He knocks it in. Back for it is Bob Murdoch of L.A. The Kings coming up down to center ice. Toronto Maple Leafs leading 2-0. Murdoch stopped by Jones. Ian Turnbull has the puck. Turnbull shoots the puck in past Murdoch. It ends up behind the net. Gary Sargent, number 22 for the Kings. Starting to bring it out. Long pass at center. Dion is covered by Trevor Johansson. Goes back to Murdoch, to Sargent. Up at center ice. Sargent shot it back in again. It goes behind the net. Palmateer out of his goal. Big Williams spun around. Trevor Johansson. A pass to Jones. Tried to set up Jerry Butler again on the right wing and just failed. Butch Goring gets a pass over on the right side. Turnbull takes his man to the board. The puck is loose. Goes into the corner. Jimmy Jones up for Jerry Butler. Butler is checked. Jimmy Jones gets it out and down the ice, and that's going to be icing. As soon as it's touched by Gary Sargent.
Number 18 is the rookie Dave Taylor. Had 22 goals for Los Angeles this year. Missed 10 games with an infected foot and played very little in 20 other contests. He could become a big star. 41 goal shooter with Clarkson College. He was a 15th draft choice of the Kings.
Butch Goring with Tommy Williams and Mike Murphy, Edestrand, and Randy Maneri. Ryan Glennie shoots the puck out and down the ice. That's going over the red line, and that will be icing.
Leafs playing much more cautiously in this second period. They opened quickly the first couple of minutes. Since then, the pace has slowed. Darrell Edistrin, purchased from the Boston Bruins, now 32 years old.
Sittler against Goring. Goring won the draw. Murphy a shot wide. Edistrin back, takes a shot. Palmateer stopped that. Murphy missed the rebound. Maloney just clears it out and down the ice. Edistrin going back for it. Edistrin behind the net. Clears it up to the blue line. A pass at center. Stopped by Sittler. Sittler's over the line. Going around, trying to set up Lanny McDonald. Maloney got it out in front, but Edistrin was there. Now Sittler's got it again. Shot it in front of the net. And Murphy's pass is behind Maneri, and it goes out to center ice. Glennie trying to hit Sittler. Goes back to Randy Maneri. Off the boards for Murphy. Murphy back to Maneri. Maneri of LA coming to up at center. A long shot. Wide of the net. Randy McDonald. To Boria Salman. He was hit by the referee as he ran into him. Comes back to the blue line. Maneri gets his shot. That hit a leg. Here's Edistrin. Edistrin to the side to Murphy. Shot it in front. Grabbed off by Palmateer. And Sittler and Murphy then also in on it here. Number 17, Tommy Williams.
The linesman there, but Salming is the most furious player on the ice. He started a rush. The referee, Bruce Hood, got in his way. And he bowled the referee over, and then as Salming went down, his stick swung dangerously close in the direction of the referee. Now see if we can catch it now. Well, this is the Maloney altercation with Williams. And there's the hook right around the neck.
Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Ford introduces Futura, a dramatic combination of styling and technology for 1978 and beyond. Futura, designed by computer modeling and aerodynamic testing. It can provide excellent fuel economy and room for 5 passengers as well. Futura, designed for 1978 and beyond. Realistically priced for today. See your Ford dealer for a personal test drive.
And we're back live now as we get set for this face-off in the circle. Stan Weir out there with Lieutenant Ellis. The puck came out in front. Ian Turnbull takes it behind the net. Along the boards it goes. And Ellis gets it out to center ice. Stopped by Murdoch. Bob Murdoch coming back. The Kings starting to press the Leafs now, trailing by 2-0. And the Leafs now with Ron Ellis. Up the center. A pass to Stan Weir. Stan Weir just gets rid of it, shoots it in. It goes behind the net. Ellis is after it. Vachon gave it to Murdoch. Stan Weir is up for checking. Comes out, shot by Hartland Monahan to center ice. Over the line for Apps. Dropping it back for Monahan. The puck goes to Ian Turnbull to Stan Weir. They're along the boards. Play is called.
Still Apps, a 19-goal shooter since coming over in the trade from Pittsburgh, along with Hartland Monahan. And right now would be a good time to congratulate Sam Pollock of the Montreal Canadiens for being elected to the Hockey Hall of Fame. He's the vice president and general manager in Montreal. Helped bring them 8 Stanley Cups in 13 years. He's only 52 years old. And also J.P. Bickle, the late J.P. Bickle, the founding president of Maple Leaf Gardens, also elected today, and Thayer Tutt, president of the amateurs in the United States.
At center ice, Randy Maneri, number 2, flips a high one. Off the board, Boria Salming picks it up. Salming is checked by Marcel Dion, but Mike Pellick is there. Pellick up for Jones, for Williams, over the line. Williams knocks the puck into the corner, goes after it. Randy Maneri picked it up for LA, gets it up on the right wing to Taylor. Up at center ice, over the blue line, he's checked. Then Dion gets the puck but can't get his shot. He's held, and there's going to be a penalty for holding to Williams. This is Stanley Cup 78 from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
This year, when you step out on the town, don't just drive. Take off in the 1978 Thunderbird. With its distinctive look and size, its legendary ride and comfort. Yet this Thunderbird comes at a down-to-earth price, with automatic transmission, power steering, power brakes, V8 and more. Flight test the 1978 Thunderbird. When North America needs a better idea, Ford puts it on wheels.
We had 6 penalties in the first period. This is the first of the second period. Tiger Williams for holding at 6:33. He's in, well, he calls it Millhaven, the penalty box. And Tiger Williams, 22 against Marcel Dion.
So it's Butch Goring, along with Murphy, and number 17, Tommy Williams, Marcel Dion at the point, and Gary Sargent. So there's 4 forwards and 1 defenseman. 13 minutes and 27 seconds remaining to play in the second period. The Leafs lead 2-0, but are shorthanded. All set to go now. Jerry Butler lost the draw, but John got it. But it went right between Butch Goring's legs all the way to center, all the way back to blue line. He lost it again. Jimmy Jones with it. Jones back to Salming. Salming for Jones, for Butler, and Jerry Butler is dumped. There's going to be a penalty there. Jerry Butler playing a strong game.
This fella never gets penalties. Butch Goring, 2 minutes all season. 3 seasons he's only had 1 minor penalty. And 22 seconds after the penalty to Williams, Butch Goring gets a penalty for tripping behind the Kings
penalty to number 19,
Here it is, 19 Goring.
2 minutes for tripping.
Tripping Butler.
Time 6:55. Butch Goring for tripping. Time 6:55.
Hard to believe a fellow like Goring could go so many seasons with that few penalties. Let's see. In 587 games, he's taken only 38 minutes in penalties. Now he's up to 40.
Well, the teams are even now, 5 aside. Peter Stemkowski, Mike Murphy, Darrell Eddestrand, and Randy Maneri. Maloney with Stan Weir, Joe Hansen, and Turnbull. And we're getting set to go now at the rim of the circle. Lines when Matt Pavlich drops the puck. It goes over outside the blue line. Ian Turnbull gets it back to Johansson. Johansson moves over the red line, shot it in. Maloney was way over the blue line in advance of the shot.
From Bemidji, Minnesota, Gary Sargent.
And the face-off, it goes over. The Kings have it. Murphy up to center. Over the line. Stopped by Turnbull. Stan Weir to Dan Maloney. Maloney for Trevor Johansson. Up at center. It's cleared. Maloney races after it. Stan Weir helps him out. And Weir is turned around and knocked down. Taken by Stemkowski over to Murphy up at center. Murphy to the blue line, trying to go around Turnbull. Let his shot go. Palmateer stopped that. Stemkowski takes out Turnbull. It comes back. Maneri then to Eddestrand. That shot hit a skate. Maneri passed it out over the blue line. Eddestrand had to go back to Maneri. Maneri's back at his own blue line. Starts back up again. A pass over the line. Eddestrand, a hard shot. Palmateer caught that. Trevor Johansson for Danny Maloney. Too far. And it rolled out anyway. Off the stick of number 6, Rob Palmer. Pass over on the left wing. Trevor Johansson bumped into his man. Sittler is out there now. The puck is shot in. Turnbull goes after it. Ian Turnbull. Shot it at center. A race for the puck. Sittler after it. And he just failed to get to it. Los Angeles hit the puck at center. Lanny McDonald then breaks that up. Back on the ice is Williams. Sittler ran into Sargent. Over the line. A pass. And that one goes into the corner as Palmateer sprawled. Back up for Sittler at center with Williams over the line. Broken up and cleared out over the blue line to center. Stopped by Salming, then picked up by Apps. He lost it. There's going to be a penalty here. And it looks like it's going to the Maple Leafs. Lanny McDonald has the puck. But we have a penalty being handed out to Darryl Sittler, his second of the night. With the score, Toronto 2, Los Angeles nothing. This is Stanley Cup 78.
Cheddar cheese from Ontario, world famous yet becoming extinct. Why?
The biggest single problem in the cheddar cheese industry in Ontario now is the shortage of milk. And it's quite possible that if this situation isn't changed in the very near future, that factories such as ours, single-purpose cheddar cheese factories, could very well become extinct.
Watch Country Canada Cheesed Off Sunday at 1:30.
The Leaf captain's in the penalty box at 9:09 of the second period. 2 minutes for slashing. And it took place right in front of the Leaf bench.
Jimmy Jones with Jerry Butler, along with Pellick and Borja Salming. Jones back to Glennie. Shot down the ice by Borja Salming. Goes behind the LA goal. Darryl Edestrand has it. Edestrand, Marcel Dion. Edestrand still with it. Pass to Gary Sargent. Sargent coming straight up the ice at center. Number 22 over the line. Glennie had him covered, and the puck goes back to center ice. Now it's Dion. Stick handling at center. Gaining in speed. Shot it over the line. Jerry Butler couldn't stop it. Coming right in, a shot, and that was stopped. And Jerry Butler gets that puck. Gets it out and down the ice. Going back for it is Edestrand. Edestrand behind the net. 2-0. The Leafs lead with 9:58 remaining in the second period. Number 25, Darryl Edestrand at center. Long shot. Glove. Knocked down by Palmateer. Borja Salming a pass. Stopped by Sargent. Butler took a poke at him. Shot. That's wide of the net. The rebound. And Jerry Butler for Jones. And Jimmy Jones gets it down the ice. And the Leafs have been very sound in their killing of penalties. Up the ice now for Los Angeles. A pass over the line. Danny Grant to Dion. Passed it in front. It goes into the corner. Picked up by Salming, and Salming backhands it down the ice. Sittler has 20 seconds left in his penalty. Back for Randy Maneri. Lanny McDonald's out there now with Maloney. Up at center. Maneri over the line offside. Darryl Sittler has 9 seconds left in his penalty.
Marcel Dion, 70 games with the Kings this year, led the team in points with 79. He's averaged 1.22 points per game in his NHL career. Not too many better averages than that. In the crowd tonight, Bruce Boudreau's had a rough season from an injury standpoint. First a leg injury and now a shoulder injury, which has knocked him out for the rest of the season. He'll be back next year.
Butch Goring, number 19. Tommy Williams and Mike Murphy. Puck goes to Trevor Johansson. He shot the puck down the ice. And Sittler with 2 seconds left. Watches as the puck is taken by Larry Brown, and Sittler's back out again. Sittler intercepted a pass, left it at the blue line, and Butch Goring clearing it up on the right wing, nowhere near Murphy. Maloney took him out of the play. Then Turnbull gave the puck away to Murphy. Murphy's in, checked by Turnbull. Turnbull races after the puck, goes down the ice, trying to cut in, taken to the boards. After it is Maloney. Maloney trying to center it, and Goring gets it. Goring watched by Sittler. To Murphy. Up it comes to Randy Maneri. His shot. That's weak. Deflected by Palmateer to the corner. Trevor Johansson for Turnbull again to Dan Maloney. He just flipped it out to center ice. Sargent recovers for the Kings. A pass for Murphy. Goring takes it, shoots it in again. Palmateer for Sittler. Darryl Sittler starting to come out. At his own blue line, left it there for Johansson. Johansson's pass intercepted. Brought back by Sargent, knocked down by Turnbull. Turnbull then lost it. Goldick gets it back. Palmer shoots it high off the glass. Ends up in the corner. Puck comes loose. He's trying to get it out in front of the net. And it's covered on a nice play by Ian Turnbull. Now then, Maloney mixing it up.
Danny Grant. No, Glenn Gould up 21 with Maloney. Maloney, a former Los Angeles King and a former Red Wing. Maybe a little hair pulling there. Watch out. All right, let's break it up. The linesman forcing a path between them. Ron Stewart looking on. Ron Stewart has a tough act to follow with the Kings, following Bob Pulford there, who's very popular.
This Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Whenever 30 or more hungry people get together, let Colonel Sanders make everyone happy with his do-it-yourself buffet. Each person gets salads, bread, and 3 pieces of finger-licking good Kentucky Fried Chicken. Colonel Sanders Do-It-Yourself Buffet. Fast, easy, and economical.
Give us 2 hours' notice, then come and get it.
Pick up Kentucky Fried Chicken in your neighborhood. Colonel Sanders and his boys make it finger-licking good.
Number 9, Dan Maloney. 2 minutes for high sticking.
Here's
5 minutes
Maloney
for fighting.
and Goldup to the left of your screen. They both get high sticking minor penalties and then 5-minute fighting penalties. So the sticks came up first, and then the gloves went off. 2 and 5 to each of them.
5 minutes fighting. Time 12:32.
12:32 the time.
That means the teams will play 5 aside on the minor penalties. If they had just been majors, of course, that's just offsetting. But with the minors.
You mentioned the Leaf penalty killing a while ago, Bill. It's been exceptional tonight. In fact, the last 3 games now, the Kings are 0 for 4 with a man advantage tonight. The Kings killed off, or the Leafs killed off 11 penalties on the weekend against the Bruins and the Sabres.
Puck was not dropped fairly. All set to go. Jones against Dion. It's picked up by Williams. Gets it back in the net to Borja Salming. Salming. A pass ahead to Jones. Over the blue line. A quick pass for Williams on the left side. He's over the line. Tried to go through. Hits the shake.
He's up. He's down. He scored. Tiger. And on every goal tonight, the Leafs pour off the bench to congratulate the player who scored. Good pass from Jimmy Jones here. Bouncing puck somehow got through, and the Tiger chased it in and batted it behind Rogie Vachon. Here's the pass from Jimmy Jones, just at the blue line. Almost offside, just in time. Jones got to the blue line, and Tiger pushed and batted it through the rest of the way.
Time 12:48. Dave Williams from Jimmy Jones and Borja Salming. Time 12:48.
12:48 the time. Salming gets the other assist.
Now Maple Leafs leading 3-0 now as Pellick shoots the puck in around behind the LA net. Going after it, number 15, Pat Boutet. Dion couldn't get it. Picked off by Jerry Butler for Pat Boutet. He tried to center it. Vachon picked up a deflection. And we'll have a face-off in the circle to the left of Rogie Vachon. There he is, the Tiger.
Put the Leafs up 3-0. Williams from Jones and Salming. Here's the race up the wing. The defenseman trying to get back, took a look over his shoulder. Here's where Tiger got a break off the stick, out of reach of the glove, and then the bouncing puck came right to his stick. When you're hot, you're hot.
And the Leafs lead it 3-0 with 6:54 now remaining. Sittler with Williams and Lanny McDonald, so Williams will get an extra shift because of Maloney's 7 minutes in penalties. Lanny McDonald chopped the puck behind the net. Williams goes into the corner after it, trying to kick it out in front. Borja Salming moves in. He's got it in the corner. Lanny McDonald's trying to get out in front. It came out in front of it. Borja Salming. And we have a fight here.
And the Tigers into it with number 5, Bob Murdoch. Oh, the Tiger landing some rights. Murdoch trying to come back. Rogie Vachon moves into the attack, and Sittler restrains him. Rogie is furious. He's discarded his goal mask. The referee, Bruce Hood, warning him, admonishing him. Pellick looking over his shoulder at Rogie. That was a surprise. Linesman has Tiger Williams. Salming talking to Rogie Vachon. Oh, the tempers are fraying out there now. Took place just as Salming scored the goal. Don't forget the goal, folks. It's 4-0. Where's the puck? Out in front. Salming spots it, bounces it in. May have gone in off a skate. And then Tiger threw a punch at Murdoch. Murdoch has perhaps a lock on Tiger. Just as the puck goes over the line, the punches start flying.
4-0 the score. There you see it on the scoreboard. 6:36 remaining in the second period. Borja Salming got the scoring play. We'll wait for it officially on the public address system.
The minor officials tonight are from Montreal, and now Maloney wants to pull Tiger away from the conversation. Williams and Maloney in the penalty box. Bruce Hood having a very busy night here. Remember, this all started when he disallowed a Leaf goal scored by McDonald with Maloney in the crease early in the game. Since then, there's been quite a parade to the penalty box. Roger Nielsen in his first playoff activity as a coach of an NHL team. Gold up, 21 still in there. No word yet from the announcer, Paul Morris.
Live from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Love Songs, a 20-star collection of super mellow music. Paul Anka.
I don't like to sleep alone.
Diana Ross.
Do you know where you're going to?
David Soul.
Don't give up on us, baby.
Dan Hill.
Sometimes when we're tired, the honesty's tonight.
Disc $6.99, tape $7.99 in the stores now. Love Songs.
Penalty to number 22, Dave Williams. 2 minutes for roughing and 5 minutes for fighting. Time 13:24.
13:24 this all took place. The same time that Salming scored the goal, the fourth Leaf goal by Salming from McDonald at 13:24. Now the penalties. Williams got 2 for roughing and 5 for fighting. Murdoch got 5 for fighting. And Rogie Vachon got a minor penalty for leaving the goal crease to get involved in that. That's Rogie Vachon's 43rd playoff game and his first penalty in the playoffs ever. Interesting tonight, Vachon gets his first, and Goring, who never gets a penalty, also took a minor in this period. There's a good look at Rogie.
Vachon's penalty will be served by number 17, Tommy Williams.
minor penalty for Tiger Williams will be served by number 17, Jerry Butler, who's just coming to the penalty bench now.
It's 9 minutes and penalties for Williams in the second period. He took one in the first.
Well, started up again, and it's Borja Salming to Darryl Sittler. 4-0 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Lanny McDonald goes after it. Bumped into Rainey Maneri. Had the puck behind the net, but it ends up underneath Maneri, and that's where play ends. Lanny McDonald to Mike Pellick. Shot the puck around behind the net. Ashaw has it there. Left it for Edestrand. Edestrand trying to pick his way out. Handed it to Sittler. Darryl Sittler knocked off the puck. Lanny McDonald then gets it to Borja Salming. Salming gets over the line. Has it along the boards. And they'll have a face-off there.
Let's go downstairs quickly to Dave Hodge. Second intermission coming up. I'll be talking with Butch Goring of the Los Angeles Kings. We'll go inside the playoffs with our special guest commentator tonight, Lou Nanne of the Minnesota North Stars, and Howie Meeker will look at highlights of the second period.
All right, Dave, looking forward to that visit from Lou Nanne and also a visit with Butch Goring. 46 penalty minutes so far in the game. The Leafs have taken 24, the Kings 22.
Jimmy Jones wins the draw. Mike Pellick takes the shot. Oh, he just drove it wide. Back for the Kings now. Randy Maneri to Darryl Edestrand, having difficulty with the puck. Gets up to center. Hit Mike Pellick. Comes over the line. Pat Boutet out there with Jimmy Jones. A shot knocked down. Pellick trying to get it out. Knocked it into the corner. Cleared along the boards, and Jimmy Jones just gets the puck out to center ice. Maneri goes all the way back into his own territory, then passes it ahead to number 18, Dave Taylor. Taylor trying to get around Salming, trying to cut in, too well covered. Pellick is there as well. It's out to Pat Boutet. Pat Boutet covered nicely there by number 22, Gary Sargent. Now it's back for the Kings again. Palmer's over the line. Salming chases him off to the side. They center it out in front. Pat Boutet deflects it into the corner. Mike Pellick then for Salming. Borja Salming regroups in his own zone. A long pass to Jones. Over for Pellick. Pellick just shoots it in. And coming over the boards is Ron Ellis. Jones is still out there. Turnbull and Johansson. Back up for Dion. Dion's over the line, trying to get a shot away, and he's too well covered. And Jones was knocked into the boards by Bert Wilson. Back up the ice for Ian Turnbull. He drives it in offside as Ron Ellis was closing in on the right wing.
Toronto Blue Jays play the Detroit Tigers, and the Montreal Expos take on the New York Mets to open a new season of Major League Baseball on CBC television. That's this Friday, April 14th. Check your local listings for game and time in your area. Major League Baseball 78 on CBC television this Friday.
Peter Stemkowski, Wilson, and Monahan. Puck goes back to Sargent. He gets it over and has it handed back to him. Sargent, number 22. And that's Palmer, number 6. Gets it back to Sargent. Up at center, over the line for Stemkowski. Fakes the shot. Shot it across the goal mouth. Comes back to the blue line. Stan Weir and Johansson, with Johansson knocking it back out again. Peter Stemkowski. A flip pass for Sargent. Intercepted by Jack Valaket. Over the line. Valaket dropped it to Stan Weir. Weir still has it. Then he lost it. Play is called. There's a hooking penalty going out to the Los Angeles Kings. And coming into the penalty box is Peter Stemkowski for hooking.
Good move by Valaket, moving in over the line. Valaket.
Los Angeles penalty to number 11, Pete Stemkowski.
Trying to get right
2
through.
minutes for hooking. Time
and he was hooked from behind
18.
by Stemkowski at 16-18.
Time 16-18.
This is the Los Angeles Forum. $16 million built during the expansion year, and we'll be there Thursday night, April 13th, for Game 2 of this preliminary series game between the Leafs and the Kings. 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be the starting time.
And with 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining to play in the second period, Toronto is leading Los Angeles 4-0. Lanny McDonald couldn't get to the puck, and it's Jack Valiquette then to Turnbull. A long pass for Darryl Sittler. Edistrand gets a hold of it, shot it out on the right wing for Mike Murphy. Lanny McDonald knocked him off the puck, and it's Ian Turnbull back of the net. Waits for Sittler to come back. Turnbull to center. Shot it over the line. Randy Maneri's knocked off the puck. Here's Valiquette. Going right in on goal. For Sittler, and he missed the side of the net. Shot to the blue line, but not out. Turnbull over to Lanny McDonald. Into Sittler. Sittler shoots it, and Vachon covers up.
Jack Valiquette having a good shift out there, and a little tough luck on that last breakaway. And coming right in on Vogie. I think he was grinning a little bit about that. He more or less faked himself right off the puck. Here he comes, was going to shoot, then he saw an opening, came in, made a little move, another one, and then kind of stumbled and went right over Vachon. But the puck came to Sittler, and he very nearly got it in the corner, just wide of the goal post.
And there's Gordy McCrae.
Happy birthday.
Sittler, Lanny McDonald, Jack Valiquette. Lanny McDonald to Darryl Sittler. Sittler getting set. Trying to get away from Gary Sargent. Went down. Lanny McDonald lands the puck. Lanny McDonald takes the shot and just missed. Stopped by Mike Pellick. Pellick shot it around to Sittler. Sittler into the corner, Lanny McDonald. Lanny McDonald back of the net. Trying to jam it in from the side. He's got it again. He shoots, and it's shot wide. Darryl Sittler coming from the side. Back to Lanny McDonald. Back to Salming. Salming off to Lanny McDonald. The Sittler right in front. Another shot. And Butch Goring gets it desperately down the ice. 20 seconds left in the penalty. Mike Pellick comes back. Up to McDonald, back to Salming at the blue line, up at center with Jones and Boutette. Over the line he goes with it, shoots it into the corner, slides behind the net. That Boutette covered his man. Back on the ice is Peter Stemkowski, but they hold the puck against the boards. 1 minute 38 seconds remaining in the second period.
Buffalo now leads New York 2-0 there in the third period. Goals by Perreault and Martin. And Detroit 4-1 over Atlanta in the third. Atlanta got a goal from Chouinard to come back a little bit. McCourt, Thompson, Nedomansky, and Hextall for the Red Wings. In the third period, Philadelphia 2, Colorado 1, McLeish and Clark for the Flyers, DePerry for the Rockies.
Ready to go with Jimmy Jones, Jerry Butler, Pat Boutette. Back to Salming. Off his stick and out to center ice. Jerry Butler's right there and shoots it right back in again. Long shot, that bounce. Marcel Dion gets it over on the wing. Mike Pellick covering his check. Dion stopped by Jimmy Jones. It's over the line now for the Kings. A shot. Palmateer stopped that. Pat Boutette and Jones with 1:16 remaining in the period. Pat Boutette at center. Gets over the line, gets some skating in, took his shot. Tried to center it out in front. Cleared. Borje Salming keeps it in. Salming shoots. A shot. Oh! Jones hit the goalpost. With the whole empty net to shoot at, he bounced one off the post. It's over the line. Grabbed off by the Los Angeles Kings. A long shot by Danny Grant. And he was hit. Now here's Jerry Butler, who's really flying. He's knocked down. He was getting into the clear, and Edistrand grabbed him. Butler was in the clear. Edistrand had no alternative but to stop him somehow, and he grabbed him.
Butler's been flying tonight. That's what a coach would call a good penalty, when a player would have had a clear-cut breakaway had not the defenseman pulled him down. And moments earlier, Jones wrapped one off the goal post.
25, Darrell Edestrand. 2 minutes for holding. Time 19:24. Darrell Edestrand for holding. Time 19:24.
19:24, holding to Darrell Edestrand. 36 seconds remaining in the second period. 4-0 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Roger Nielsen behind that bench. It's shot out over the blue line, and Turnbull just gets it over to Trevor Johansson, drives the puck in with 30 seconds. Grabbed off by Palmer. Palmer shoots it out. Turnbull has it. Over to Trevor Johansson. A pass to Ron Ellis. Ron Ellis now goes over the line. Ellis trying to get around. Goes into the corner. Back to Ian Turnbull. His shot. And Mike Murphy gets it out to center. Fell over. And covered by Ron Ellis. To Ian Turnbull. A shot. Ballack had a drive and it blasted it wide as the bell goes to end the second period. And the teams head to their respective dressing rooms.
Well, the Leafs power play is 1 for 2 tonight against the Kings. Let's go down now to Dave Hodge.
Shots on goal were even in the second period. The Leafs had 9 and the Los Angeles Kings 9. The Leafs get the 2 goals in that period. Dave Williams is first of this series with assists from Jimmy Jones and Borje Salming, and then Salming scored the 4th Leaf goal with an assist from Lanny McDonald to put Toronto up 4-0. The Leafs scored in the first period and really have dominated the Kings throughout this hockey game. The game got rough in that second period with Dan Maloney getting into a fight with Glenn Goldup, and then there was the battle between Murdoch and Williams with Rogie Vachon getting a minor penalty for leaving the crease. Butch Goring has joined us now. And Butch, the talk before the series started in Toronto anyway was that the Leafs had been in a slump and there was concern from that standpoint as far as they were concerned. I would think that in Los Angeles a lot of talk must have centered around the fact that yourself and other players are playing out your options and could become free agents, and what effect might that have on the Kings entering a playoff series? What's your answer to that?
Well, I think that during the year, and especially the latter part of the year, it did bother us to some extent. Every time we went into a city, they'd be asking us not about our hockey, but exactly where will we be and how much money would you want. So it makes it very tough. But now the playoffs are, here, and it's a new season, and we're trying to get that off our mind and play hockey.
Another way to look at it, of course, is that your play in this series and any further series can help your contract position too.
For certain, if we can go on and beat the Maple Leafs and then try some other team in the next series, the better we play, the more money we can expect, and certainly I think we can ask for it if we play good hockey.
The Leafs are playing aggressively. They vowed to do that. I'm sure that doesn't surprise you, but again, a question was, could the Kings stand up to it? Does the score reflect the fact that the Leafs have been the more aggressive team?
Well, I think it does. They've been very aggressive, but they also played a very good checking game. Every time we've had the puck, there's been somebody on us. There's no room to even get going. I think that I've only touched the puck a few times in each period, and if I can't get the puck and wheel and deal a little bit, it makes it very tough for our line to score goals. So I think thus far, their aggressiveness plus their good checking has made it very tough for us.
So tough that you had to take a penalty, and but you had only one all season long. I don't know whether you think you deserved this one, but I'm sure that hockey fans must wonder how a player who plays as hard as you do and occasionally tough, if you take my meaning of that word, can go all season with only one penalty.
Well, I believe that most penalties are caused from laziness, and that's what the penalty I got for tonight was. I was just a little bit lazy and hesitated. When I'm playing my game and I'm skating hard, I usually don't have to, take penalties. I'm usually up close enough to the guy that I can check him properly. So, I believe that if you're a little bit lazy out there, you're going to take penalties.
Is the Lady Byng Trophy on your mind?
Well, I'd have to say that it is. It'd be very nice to, to win a major award. I feel that not many people win these kind of awards during their career, and if I was fortunate enough to win one, I'd be, greatly honored, and I'd be very, very happy.
Well, there's no doubt you're a leading candidate. Congratulations on the season you've had, and good luck the rest of the way, however long the season lasts for the Kings.
Well, thank you very much, and I hope we can play a lot better in this period.
Okay. Butch Goring of the LA Kings, the score at the end of 2 periods, the Maple Leafs 4 and Los Angeles nothing.
I'm a music lover, but I'm no engineer. Right, Stanley?
Uh-huh.
The last time I went shopping for stereo, I was so busy checking out the specifications that I didn't have time to listen to the music. So today, I brought Stanley along. He's an audiophile. Right, Stanley?
Uh-huh.
He checked out the specs while and Suey. There's even music in the name. Right, Stanley? Stanley?
The John Deere 400 tractor, a powerhouse of versatility. Rotary mower, hydraulic controls at your fingertips. You control the cut. Rotary tiller, rear PTO supplies the drive, digs deep and wide. Front end loader, power steering lets you handle up to 600 pounds capacity with ease. And moving parts are enclosed for safety and quiet. With a full range of tractors and attachments, including snow thrower, there's no job too tough. Proof, nothing runs like a Deere.
Introducing the patented Mark collar from Arrow. Revolutionary, and that's fact. It's the first collar ever shaped to fit the human neck. Until now, men's collars have been cut like a tube. The Mark's ingenious shaping is like a cone. Result, a comfort like you've never experienced before. A new, crisp look with the neckband out of sight. The patented Mark collar. Only by Arrow.
The Maple Leafs have a 4-goal lead at the end of 2 periods, and we welcome you to our Inside the Playoffs feature with the coach and general manager of the Minnesota North Stars, Lou Nanne. We wanted to talk tonight about strategy, and I don't know what with the muscle and hustle of the Leafs and the 4-goal lead, whether there's room for much strategy, because it has been an overpowering display, and the Kings look slightly bewildered at times. But have you picked out anything that might be going on in the coaches' heads that has contributed to the Leaf lead?
Well, one thing I think is the play of Jimmy Jones. There's no doubt that Dion's not getting on the ice without Jones on him. As a matter of fact, they're letting Sittler's line forecheck with 2 men in. First period, Sittler's line, it looked like the first 2 men in could forecheck, the third one high. Second period, they switched. Sittler just always stayed high in the slot area, letting the wings forecheck and just forcing the play to the middle. Whereas Jones' line always was in a position to have Jimmy Jones back on Dion. Jones wasn't doing any of the first man in forechecking. He's just there basically to stop Dion. That's the way their line's going. Coach Ron Stewart isn't able to get Goring on the ice as much as he wants because Sittler's coming out there at all times. And I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen more play from a fourth line to try and get away from the line checking on line. As you know, Weir's line's been playing App's line all night long, and Weir's line was going with 2 men in. Jones' line, the first part of that period, was just content to just stay back and let them come out and meet them 5 across at the red line or back at the blue line. So they're content not to go for any offensive breaks, whereas the other 2 Leaf lines are doing a 2 men in forechecking. The Kings, on the other hand, have been known for their deep forechecking. They always have 2 men in, sometimes a third man in deep, and they're just not getting to get control of the puck in the Leaf zone at all. The Leaf defense and man-on-man play. In fact, when you see 4-on-4 out there, if Stewart would break up a line and put Stemkowski and Murphy, you'd see Maloney come out against Murphy. So basically, Murphy is being checked by Maloney out there, and Lanny McDonald is doing the same thing on his wing, and always whenever Goring's out there, Sittler's out there. And Los Angeles isn't able to shift away from this because, as you know, the Leafs got last call. So I would think that maybe LA would go to 4 lines to try and break the strategy.
As I said, not much strategy involved at all in tonight's game. Lou, I know you wanted to look at the beginning of the game at what the Kings would do to try to combat Sittler and McDonald, and the 4-line theory has something to do with that. But what did you expect, and then what have you seen Ron Stewart try to do in terms of Sittler and McDonald, who incidentally haven't scored any of the 4 goals?
Well, up to this point, he hasn't broken up his line at all. He did it early in the first period. He'd used Dion on a double line. That way, Dion would come out on the wing sometime or in a forward line with different wings, forcing Nielsen to come back with Sittler and breaking up his line. But I would think that maybe Stewart would take the initiative and go to 4 lines, forcing, say, Sittler to sit on the bench, because as it is right now, Sittler's just out there whenever Goring is, and if you keep Sittler off the ice and you keep Goring off the ice, maybe they can get Dion breaking up with a couple different wings and maybe free from that complete checking line. Jimmy Jones, Butler's played an outstanding game on his wing, and Dave Williams, when he was replaced just once or twice by Battet when he was in the penalty box, but they've been just bottling up Marcel Dion as a real leader of that hockey club.
You've got this figured out so well. How did you ever end up in last place? Don't tell me you didn't take over till late in the season.
No.
Hey, that's a great job of telling us what's going on, and I'm really glad you mentioned Jimmy Jones, because not only has he nullified Dion, but he's assisted on 2 of the Maple Leaf goals. I've never seen him play a better game in a Leaf uniform. Lou Nanne, thank you. We'll look forward to more of the same as the series progresses. We will return with Stanley Cup 78 in just a moment.
Introducing 15,000 miles of protection, 15,000 miles between oil changes. New STP motor oil. Here's the results of one test, a test to determine wear protection. After running STP motor oil for 60,000 miles with oil changes every 15,000, the average wear of the test car's camshafts was so low, it fell within the manufacturer's tolerance specified for brand new cams. New STP motor oil, protection for 15,000 miles. That's extra protection.
Patch roof leaks the easy way with Tremco Instant Patch. Use it in almost any weather to stop leaks on roofs, chimneys, and gutters. Instant Patch's exclusive formula of glass and organic fibers dries to a tough membrane that seals holes up to a 1/4 inch in diameter. Tremco Instant Patch by the makers of Tremclad, Canada's #1 rust paint. Look for Instant Patch and other fine Tremco products in this Tremco Home Maintenance Center, wherever you buy paint or home care items.
You're about to be welcomed to one of the best hotels in the world. The hotels with the best locations, near the things you need to be near. The hotels with the best system of standards for taking care of you. The hotels that take care of more travelers than anybody else. Holiday Inn welcomes you to some of the best hotels in the world.
This man is about to make his morning pot of fresh drip coffee before he goes to bed. He adds his favorite coffee, puts in enough water for 2 cups to 10, and then sets the built-in timer to start his coffee 8 hours later.
Night, dear. Night, Ramona. Good morning.
The Brew Starter from Canadian General Electric. A new idea that coffee lovers are waking up to.
Well, Howie, you have the responsibility of following that act by Lou Nanne. Tell us what you saw in the second period of play and how the Leafs are totally dominating this game.
All the strategy in the world isn't worth a pinch of coon snuff when your team's intimidated like that Los Angeles team is. The Leafs just have them shaking in their boots, and they don't want to touch the puck. They don't want to touch anybody else. And here we want to show you, I think, the most important play of the second period, a Palmateer save. It's Monahan going in, a good pass here, and Trevor Scott out of position. Now look at here. Is that goalie guessing or isn't he? Look, watch him come out. Made a great save, but I kind of think he was guessing and he guessed right. It could have been a 2-1 hockey game if he had guessed wrong, but just a super save, and that's when you want the big saves. Now watch the pass. This is the Williams goal. Watch Selming here. Hit Jones right up the middle. Perfect play. Now watch the top of the boards. This is where the goal is earned, right there. Look at Williams go. All right, roller. Who said that fella can't skate? Now watch Sargent play the puck. I saw a Pee-wee team last night. No one plays the puck. Look at that. You got to play the big white sweater. That's 3 in a row in Vachon, and I don't think he could stop the suitcase tonight, really. He's had a terrible game. Now watch this. This is another goal. Sittler pushes the puck. He doesn't try to win the draw. He pushes it. McDonald goes in and gets it. Gets control of it. Now I want to just show you the Los Angeles team, how they're backing off a white sweater. Watch Williams here. He fights the man for the puck, eventually gets control of it. Now all you had to do to stop that, let's go back it up a little bit, back it up a little bit. In the same situation, the fellow going in to check Williams, the Leaf would have taken the puck carrier. There he doesn't. Now when you fish for the puck, you're in trouble. Now watch in front of the net. Los Angeles players standing around doing nothing. Watch Williams. There'll be 3 players standing there looking at Williams. Nobody taking Selming. Selming comes out through 7 players and puts the puck in the net. If we got time, let's show you, if they found it, why this is happening. Watch in front of the net. That big fella there, Maloney. Number 17 is Williams. Look. Things like that have been going on, not all night, but it's just been a real good, rough, tough hockey game.
Is that good?
No, that's not good. No way at all. That's good. But when you get away with it, you're lucky.
Okay.
You're lucky.
Kuhnsnuff, eh? Thank you, Howie. 4-0 for the Maple Leafs over the Los Angeles Kings. We'll return with the Stanley Cup playoffs in just a moment.
A CBC sports season opener. Major League Baseball with both the Blue Jays and the Expos, or if you prefer, the Expos and the Blue Jays. It's National and American League action with the 1978 season home openers of both teams here on CBC. The Toronto Blue Jays play Detroit, and the Montreal Expos go against the New York Mets. Major League Baseball 78.
Friday afternoon, please check local listings for game and time in your area.
Science is expanding our horizons and changing our lives. I'm David Suzuki, and this year on Science Magazine, we'll see how our lives have been affected.
Science Magazine on CBC.
Tomorrow night at 8, 8:30 in Newfoundland.
How does your foot spray stack up against odor eaters? Well, it would take up to 4 cans to get the 3-month protection of 1 pair of odor eaters. Most sprays are full of powder, and they can be a little messy. Odor eaters are full of activated charcoal, just about the most effective odor destroyer known. How about perspiration?
Odor Eater soft foam absorbs it, helps feet stay dry. Get Odor Eaters for regular shoes and new Super Tough Odor Eaters for work shoes, sports shoes, and sneakers. They both destroy odor all day for 3 months.
There's our score as both teams are back on the ice. Toronto 4, Los Angeles 0, and tomorrow morning we'll be on the Big Bird winging our way west to Los Angeles, California, and the second game of the series. Keep in mind, Game 2 from the fabulous Forum in Los Angeles, more specifically Inglewood, California. Jack Kent Cook's $16 million ice arena. And there we are in Los Angeles, or where we'll be tomorrow. The Hollywood Hills around. I hope it stopped raining out there. Don't forget, it's an 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time start. And Bill, if you're a good boy, we might get you an audition on the Gong Show. Who knows? We'll look for the Hollywood celebrities in the crowd. People like Robert Goulet, Lorne Green, Rich Little, Chuck Barris attend many of the games.
I'd rather do the summary than be on that Gong Show.
So it's Game 2 of the preliminary round between the Kings and the Leafs. Thursday night, 11 p.m. I heard from a Kings spokesman tonight, Bill, that Jack Kent Cook, who now lives in Las Vegas, is trying for a divorce settlement from his wife. The offer was $26 million, and it was turned down.
And we're going to have a look at that summary. 2 scoring plays. There they are. Second period, Williams at 12:48, Salming at 13:24. The shots were even, 9 apiece. And now we're getting ready for the live action here at Maple Leaf Gardens. 4-0 in favor of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Sittler right there with Valaket and Lanny McDonald. Puck cleared down behind the net. Edisband has a minute and 14 seconds left in his penalty. It's up to center ice for Darryl Sittler, at least with the extra man over the line. Sittler getting around. Sargent goes back to the net. Stops. To Lanny McDonald. Boria Selman. Lanny McDonald takes his shot, and Vachon stopped that. Up to center ice for Peter Stemkowski. Rags the puck, hit Lanny McDonald. Kings just shoot it down the ice, and it's Turnbull to Boria Selman. Boria Selman in the corner, working his way out to his own blue line. A long drive goes in behind the net, tipped off the stick. Jack Valaket gets it behind the goal, and it's Lanny McDonald, Darryl Sittler. Sittler trying to come out in front, try to get it back to Turnbull. Driven off the boards, and down the ice it goes. Boria Selman going back for it. 4-0 for the Maple Leafs in this third period. Goring nearly got loose. It's Ian Turnbull now with 2 seconds left in the penalty over the line. Turnbull just failed to get around Randy Maneri. He's got it again, goes back to center ice. Shoots it right back in again. Cleared by the Kings around on the boards out to center. It goes back to Brian Glennie. Glennie waits for his teammates to get on side. Maloney is back out on the ice. George Ferguson there as well. Ron Ellis. Puck cleared around on the boards for Murphy. Glennie stepped into Goring. And Mike Pellick shoots the puck wide of the net into the corner. It goes to Vachon. Vachon along the boards. Maloney couldn't keep it in. Mike Pellick. And for Ferguson, he shoots it over the line. Down goes Ferguson. Maloney after the puck. Picked up by Ellis. Ellis going right in front of the net. Ferguson scores! George Ferguson picked up a rebound.
So it's 5-0 as the dispirited Kings hang their heads. Ellis moving in front. He might have scored it himself. Rogie got the stick down. Then Ferguson raced in. The Kings let him do it. And it's 5-0. Leafs leading the Los Angeles Kings.
By number 10, George Ferguson.
Here's Ellis moving from the corner again. Where are the King defenders? They're standing around watching, as Howie Meeker indicated during the intermission.
George Ferguson.
Ferguson gets the goal from Ellis. And Pellick also gets an assist. Here's Ferguson coming into the slot. He didn't have much room, and Rogie's legs were right there. 2:18.
Now we have Kurt Walker out for the first time in the game. That was only Ferguson's second shift, I believe, in this game. Williams is back out there, number 22, and he gets it back to Pellick, who wrapped it up for Walker on the right wing, and it's picked up by Gary Sargent over on Bob Murdoch. Along the boards, Dion couldn't get anywhere near the puck, and it's brought back for icing. From Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, this is Stanley Cup 78.
We know that banker's hours may not be your hours. And when you want to see somebody about a loan, that can be a problem. So phone Scotiabank. A Scotia Plan loan officer will arrange a time when you can get together. Outside normal banking hours if necessary. When everything else seems cold and empty, we'll keep a light in the window for you at Scotiabank.
Just on shift? Thanks for sticking around.
Well, that
So
about
come
wraps
to
it up.
Scotiabank.
Thank you.
Grow with us.
All set to go now for the face-off. Jimmy Jones with Kurt Walker and Tiger Williams. That's Bob Murdoch back to the net. Murdoch now starts out. Coming up with a pass on the wing to Dion, who was checked by Jones. Jones just keeping an eye on Marcel Dion, who just can't seem to be able to do anything. Kurt Walker after Taylor, then Williams. Bumped Taylor. Marcel Dion turns again. Jimmy Jones is right there. It's knocked out by Walker. Up at center now for Gary Sargent. He's chased back by Walker. Cleared over the line now for Taylor. Taylor's falls. Comes back to Sargent. Sargent's pass nowhere near Murdoch. Murdoch and Williams bump together. It goes into the corner. Murdoch and Williams shoving again. The puck comes loose. It goes to Sargent. That shot is wide. Murdoch lost it. Kurt Walker down the ice. Over the line. Back to Jones. Jones trying to get it to Sargent. And Sargent intercepted it as was going over for Walker. And it's Dion. A pass over the line. Taylor gets his shot. That's deflected wide. Ian Turnbull to Trevor Johansson. Trevor Johansson down the right wing at the blue line. At center. Here he comes over the line with a pass for Jones. Jerry Butler missed it. Back up the ice. A long shot. Caught by Palmateer easily. Off the stick of Heartland Monahan. Clearing pass and a race for it. Jerry Butler going after it. Rogie Vachon came out and a great speed by Jerry Butler tonight.
Fast as I've ever seen him. And let's take a look at the scoreboard now. Buffalo leading Rangers 3-1 as Gavramont has added to the Sabre total there in the third period. Detroit 4-2 over Atlanta. The Flames trying to come back. Eric Vail has scored. Philadelphia and Colorado 2-1, but there may be a change on that, as I believe Hudson has scored for Colorado. Could be a tie now.
The puck out at center. Monahan can't get anywhere. Neither can Palmer, and Ferguson knocks the puck back into Leaf territory. Ian Turnbull around on the glass for Jerry Butler. That's tipped out and down the ice. Back there for it, Rod Palmer. Ferguson's left his stick. It's up to Monahan. Monahan lost the puck. Jerry Butler. A pass to Ferguson. One man back. Takes his shot. Another one. Scores!
And he did it with a borrowed stick. George Ferguson gets 2 in a row. After a frustrating year that saw him get only 7 goals, he pops 2 in the opening game of the preliminary round. And how these lesser lights on the Leafs have come to life here tonight. Butler, Jones, Ferguson, and all of the Leafs. There's follow-up for you. Ferguson gets a second crack at it using a teammate's stick. He took the stick just off the bench moments earlier.
George Ferguson from Jerry Butler. Time
and Butler gets the
4:48.
assist. Big night for Butler. Big night for Ferguson. At 4:48. You know, Bill, Ferguson lost his stick in the corner. I don't think it was broken, and instead of rushing off to get it, he went back to the bench, borrowed one, came right back and scored.
Lanny McDonald flips the puck in. It goes into the corner. Gary Sargent back of the net is checked. Valaket trying to get it out in front. And it's picked up by Gary Sargent again to the blue line. Up at center for Goring. Goring over the red line, over the blue line. The puck goes into the corner. Goring holds it against the boards, and we'll have a face-off with 14:45 to go in the third period. Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Disco Fever. Featuring Miko and Star Wars. Tavares.
Must be missing an angel.
Donna Summer. In the stores now. 2 record sets, $6.99. Tape or cassette, $7.99. Keep your Saturday Night Fever alive all week long with Disco Fever.
Well, we're live here in Maple Leaf Gardens as we see them setting up this face-off. Leafs win it. Sittler to Brian Glennie. Back of the net, Boreas Salming. Butch Goring out there on the forward line along with Murphy and Tommy Williams. A long pass for Sittler, going the length of the ice. Vachon knocked it into the corner. Lanny McDonald moves up. Sargent, a clearing pass to Goring. Stopped by Valaket. Valaket for Sittler. His shot hit the side of the net. Goes around on the boards. Boreas Salming came in for Lanny McDonald. Right in front. Sittler missed it. And back come the Kings. 3 of them up at center. Murdoch over the line. He's hit. And the puck is cleared back to the blue line. Gary Sargent in his own territory to Butch Goring. Up over center. Takes his shot. And he put number 17, Tommy Williams, offside.
Larry Brown has gone to the Gardens Clinic. We'll try to find out why for you. Here's the goal by Ferguson, his second in a period of 2 minutes and a half. Mind you, he went 80 games all season, scored 7. Now he clicks for 2 in almost 1 shift here in the third period. And it's 6-0 the Leafs in front. 2-2, Colorado and Philadelphia. Hudson did score for Colorado to tie it up.
A long shot wide of Palmateer. The rebound back at the blue line. Another shot is wide. Maloney. And then Ian Turnbull intercepts the pass. Comes down with Maloney and Ellis. Over the line. A pass in front. Rogie Vachon covers up and holds on.
Well, Butch Goring, 19 at the bench, wearing the same helmet he wore as a kid. He scored both winning goals in the preliminary series against Atlanta last year. He's the first player in Kings history to have 3 30-goal seasons in a row, as well as 7 straight 20-goal seasons.
Toronto Maple Leafs 6, Los Angeles nothing. Up the ice now for Dion, over onto the left wing. They close in, the pass in front. Dion shot it out behind Palmateer. Kept in by Edstrand. He's checked, and Johansson sends Maloney down to center. Over the blue line. Shot it into the corner. Puck is cleared out. Ian Turnbull has it. Turnbull hit the linesman. Maloney's there, and play is called. This is Stanley Cup 78 from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
You get a lot of luck with every lotto buck with Atlantic Lotto.
And there it was. Boom. Big winner. $1,000.
You get a lot of luck with every lotto buck with Atlantic Lotto.
You could be our next Atlantic Lotto winner.
Have you got all your tickets yet?
Get a lot of luck with every lotto buck with Atlantic Lotto.
Ron Stewart pacing behind the Kings bench. The players directly in front in the face-off just outside the Los Angeles blue line. Away we go.
Was not dropped fairly. We'll do it all over again. Jones against Marcel Dion. Puck goes back to Randy Maneri, over to Darrell Edstrand, right on the Dave Williams stick, and he shoots it right in. Behind the net for Maneri. Leafs have a 6-0 lead with 12 minutes, 48 seconds and counting. Remaining in the third period. Goes down, Borja Salming gets back to touch it, and that's icing called against L.A.
Ron Ellis is the only Leaf on the ice who played on a Stanley Cup winner. That was back in '67. He says he's really excited about the playoffs this year. He's the Toronto nominee for the Bill Masterton Trophy. Pete Stemkowski, who is also playing tonight, was on that team. And there's one other active player still involved in hockey in the NHL who was on that '67 Stanley Cup winning team. We'll let you think about that for a minute, and then we'll give you the answer.
Will get a hooking penalty right off the bat after that face-off.
I think that's 13 minutes now for the Tiger. 22 Williams against Glenn Goldup.
22 Dave Williams. 2 minutes for hooking. Time 7:25.
7:25. And the answer to our little quiz would be Mike Walton of the Vancouver Canucks. He was with the Leafs in '67 along with Ellis and Stemkowski.
That brings out Jerry Butler again with Jimmy Jones, Pelech, and Solman. Marcel Dion, Murphy, and number 17, Tommy Williams. Shot down the ice by the Leafs. Just missed referee Lee's hood. Butch Goring back of the net to Marcel Dion. Back to Goring. Goring, a pass on the right side of Gary Sargent, up at center. Over on the wing, Tommy Williams. He's checked. Then he gets the puck over to Sargent. Into Murphy. And right onto Jerry Butler's stick, and Butler gets it out and down the ice. Back for it. Butch Goring, number 19 of Los Angeles. The Kings with a man advantage. 1:18 left in the penalty to Williams. Jerry Butler nearly ran into Marcel Dion. Over the line for Dion. He's checked. And it's cleared by Jones out and down the ice. And Goring's back there for it. Goring now putting on a burst of speed up to center ice. To the Leaf line and over. Gets around one check. Behind the net was hit by Pelech. Pelech then bumps into check. Goring gets it back to Gary Sargent. Right on to the stick of Jerry Butler. Butler going down with Jones. One man back. He shot wide. Comes all the way back down the ice. Jerry Butler just missed. Salming gets it out to Ellis. Ellis back to Pelech. Pelech finds an opening and shoots it down the ice. And the Leafs are putting on a very potent display. Up killing penalties. Ferguson nearly got loose again. They're short-handed. 12 seconds remaining in the penalty. Cleared to Demkowski, couldn't get it over the line. Taylor will try his luck now. Number 18 shoots it in. Ron Ellis goes after it. Ron Ellis lost the puck. It comes back to the blue line. On the ice is Williams. Palmateer stopped that. Back again, Edestrand. 3 players fell. Comes back. Maneri giving it to Edestrand. A pass in front. They score! Peter Stamkowski finally got it in the net.
Just over half a period to play, and Mike Palmateer loses his shutout to a former Leaf, a former Ranger, Pete Stamkowski. Good shot by Stamkowski in traffic. Glove side of Palmateer, and it's 6-1 now. The Kings finally get on the score sheet as Stamkowski gets it up and in.
Los Angeles goal scored by number 11, Pete Stamkowski. Assist number 15, Danny Grant, and number 25, Darrell Edestrand. Time 9:41.
Grant and Edestrand get the assists at 9:41 as Stamkowski scores.
The puck for George Ferguson. He's going right in. Score!
A hat trick for Ferguson. 3 goals in the 3rd period. And oh, his teammates are off in a hurry. So after Stamkowski breaks the shutout bid, Ferguson makes it 7-1. 3 goals in this 3rd period, 2 of them in a period of 2.5 minutes.
Ferguson. Assist number 2.
Through the pads of Rogie Vachon. It'll go off the post. Let's see it. We'll see it on this shot. Rogie has the post well guarded. No, through the pads. Did not hit the post. Fergie had 3 playoff goals going into tonight's game. He's now doubled his output. Well, he's had his frustrations this year. 7 goals. He might have had 15 if a few pucks had bounced right for him. And Roger Nielsen knows that he's a strong defensive center. Well, there's the hat.
I noticed Danny Maloney retrieved the puck, put it in the hat, and took it over to him.
Good.
So Ferguson scores 3 in a row for the Leafs in this 3rd period, and they lead 7-1. Ryan Glennie off the board. Goes into the corner, Pat Boutet, and then Salmi. They hold it for a face-off. Salmi is given a ride there by... Well, they're starting to shout.
Boutet is there. And Ferguson's in there as well. He must be tired. He's tied an NHL playoff record, and Danny Lemelin is showing us the puck. And Ferguson will keep that as a souvenir. Thank you, Dan. Most goals in 1 period in the playoffs. 3, and he just tied an NHL record. Busher, Jackson, Maurice Richard, Lindsay, Berenson, Lemaire, McLeish, Williams, Tommy Williams, Darrell Sittler, Reg Leach, and Bobby Schmutz.
With the score, Toronto 7 and Los Angeles 1. This is Stanley Cup 78.
Evinrude has all kinds of power to get you where you're going in a hurry. Whether you're in a hurry to catch your supper, or even in a hurry to catch something else, Evinrude gives you 17 ways to go, from 2 to 235 horses. Because some things in life are worth hurrying for, Evinrude gives you all kinds of power.
3 goals in 1 game, ties a record. George Ferguson of the Leafs, still grinning.
Balikent into the corner to Brian Glennie. Glennie up for Balikent for Darrell Sittler, and it goes out to center ice. Gary Sargent with 9 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in the 3rd period. Here's intercepted. Lenny McDonald shoots. Vachon stopped that on the short side. Back up at center. A pass for Murphy. Intercepted by Glennie for Balikent. Knocked out over the blue line. Lanny McDonald Shoots it back into his own zone, and Glennie goes back for it. Ryan Glennie back to the net. That one was chapped wide. Goring, then Lanny McDonald to Boria Salming. Salming for Velikat. Up to Sittler. To Salming. And he just failed to hit Lanny McDonald with a pass. Comes back to the blue line. Glennie up to Sittler. Then to Velikat. Over the line. Sittler moves up. Took his shot. It was way wide. And it's picked up by Gary Sargent to Bob Murdoch. Up it comes to Murphy. His pass was knocked down by Turnbull. Puck at center ice, taken by Ian Turnbull. Turnbull goes back into his own zone, then comes out again. A pass for Stan Weir. Weir is hooked. Long pass up on the left wing. Over the line for Danny Grant, and it's back out. Maloney covering his check.
Pushed ahead with a glove. Edestrand getting up. While we're waiting, let's take a look at that goal by Pete Stemkowski, which broke the shutout bid by Palmateer, and you'll see him whacking at the Los Angeles player Taylor in front of the goal crease. Oh, another whack at the legs. Boy, that upsets a forward. And now the Leafs converge on Taylor, and he'll wish he's back in college hockey. There's the goal by Stemkowski. But the big story of this period in the hockey game really is George Ferguson. Who would expect him to come through with a 3-goal hat trick against the Kings here tonight?
Puck goes down into LA territory. Errol Edestrand to Marcel Dion. 7 minutes and 48 seconds as the puck comes up at center. Over the line. Ellis fails to get it out. Taylor gets a backhand. That's knocked down by Trevor Johansson. It comes out in front, and Danny Maloney has it. Maloney to Stan Weir with Ron Ellis. Pass back from Maloney, and Palmer gets it up to Taylor. Taylor's pass nowhere near Marcel Dion. Trevor Johansson. He shot it over the line. Clearing pass over for Palmer. Then up to Taylor. Taylor's over the line. Taylor still has the puck. He finally goes down, but he hooked it over. It's out in front, a shot, and Mike Palmateer made a great save on Gary Sargent. This Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Of all the tools you use in business, nothing gets information across faster than long distance. Long distance gives you an interchange of ideas and gets things flowing back and forth. Long distance gives you control, gives you a feel for the situation, and lets you react immediately. Every day, businessmen make over 1 million long-distance calls because long distance means business.
And there you see the time remaining. 7 minutes and 3 seconds. We're at the 12:57 mark of this, the third period. Lining up to this face-off. Puck comes back. Gary Sargent a shot. Palmateer stopped down. Williams. Dave Williams, that is, passing it back to Boria Salming. Salming ahead to Jimmy Jones. Over to Williams. Williams over the blue line. And he tried to get it over to Walker. And it was grabbed by Vachon.
Vachon is getting a lot of snow in the mask tonight as the Leafs move in quickly for those rebounds. Ferguson has 3 points tonight. Turnbull has 3. Salming with a pair. And Jones with 2. On the scoreboard, while we're waiting for the face-off, a final now. Buffalo has taken the lead over the Rangers in games. They won tonight 4-1. That's a final. Detroit leading Atlanta 4-3. They're in the third period now. Atlanta trying to come back.
6 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the third period. Comes back to Boria Salming. A shot. Vachon didn't see it, but it hit him. They go to the boards, and we'll have another face-off.
6:40 to play. Salming's been a standout for the Leafs tonight. I don't know what Roger Nielsen did to this club. I know he kept them together yesterday, and he really came up with a game plan that has really stymied the Kings.
Walker had him covered. It goes over onto the left wing, and now then the Kings bring it out to center ice. Danny Grant shot the puck in, and goes right to Palmateer, and he's going to hold it there. Stankowski, number 11, arrived in the doorstep. And we'll have a face-off in the Leaf zone.
Well, this weekend, CBC's Saturday Sports Special features the Canadian Pro West and World Cup Freestyle Skiing Championships from Vernon, BC, and the Canadian Cross Country Skiing Championships from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Enjoy skiing on Sports Special this Saturday.
And the roar of the crowd, Brian, they're announcing the fact that George Ferguson ties in a period record. On the face-off, a shot that hit a leg, carried around behind the net. Murphy trying to center it out in front. They got it against the mesh at the back, and they held it long enough. So we'll have another face-off.
Well, you can almost start looking forward to game 2 now, and the question is, will the Kings be able to bounce back from this shocker here at the Gardens tonight? Kind of hard to shake off a 7-1 score.
Shot from the faceoff comes back to Edestrand. For Goring. Goring couldn't get a shot. Goring centered it. Mike Murphy couldn't get a shot. The Leafs have it. Jones gives it to Kurt Walker. Up at center. Shoots the puck in. Goes to the board. And into Palmer. Walker trying to get to the puck. But that was a real heavy check by Kurt Walker.
Well, I think it was the checking early in the hockey game that really gave the Leafs a bit of an edge, and it upset the momentum or rhythm of the Los Angeles Kings. They really never got anything started at all because the Leafs came out fired up and just hit everything that moved in a Kings uniform. And they've been looking.
And here's George Ferguson again. 3 goals he has in this third period. Turnbull shoots the puck in. Goes into the corner. Knocked down by a high stick. So we'll have a face-off where it took place between the blue line and the rim of the circle. There he is. Tied a league record.
Get that puck mounted.
But a big night for George Ferguson, who didn't play that much in the first 2 periods. Got his chance, and he's really come through. Puck cleared out to center. Goring couldn't control it. Ian Turnbull off the boards. Ferguson has it. George Ferguson to Pat Boutet. It's at center. Over the line, and a shot by Edestrand. And Palmateer handled that very easily. Pat Boutet is bumped, but he still has the puck. Around to Jerry Butler. Up to Ferguson. Ferguson, Butler, Turnbull, a pass to Ferguson, over the line, and they're going to call it back, offside. Ferguson was just getting ready to shoot.
Well, Bill, I have a photo from Galloway's gallery. Our friend Bill Galloway in Ottawa sends these old photos along. This is the way they used to choose upsides for the game on the corner pond. They'd flip the hockey stick in the air. One player would grab it with a fist. The other player would put his fist on top, and so on, just the way they do in baseball. And the young lads then would have their sides chosen. First pick went to the guy with the fist on top.
Backhand by Trevor Johansson. Rogie Vachon handled that. Bob Murdoch gave the puck away. Ferguson couldn't get to it. Back down the ice for Taylor. Taylor stopped by Johansson, and Ferguson just drives it down to the LA blue line. We have 4 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the third period. 7-1 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Ferguson holding the puck for a faceoff. Four minutes and 38 seconds remaining to play in the third period. 7-1 in favor of the Maple Leafs.
Tomorrow morning, these Teams will return to Los Angeles. Leafs flying out early in the morning for the second game of the preliminary series Thursday night at the Los Angeles Forum, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to start.
That's Brian Glennie with the puck. Over for Sittler, back to Glennie. Glennie comes to the blue line, moves up through center, and backhands the puck in. Vachon out of the net, hits the puck to number 12, Hartman Monahan. He's dumped. And they're going to give Sittler a penalty for tripping. Sittler. Live from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
The better value ideas keep coming from Ford. Now your Ford dealer has special dress-up packages at special prices on LTD Mustang 2 Granada. LTD offers features like a vinyl roof and flight bench seat. Granada, a vinyl roof and AM/FM radio. Mustang 2, a flip-up open-air roof and AM/FM radio. LTD Mustang 2 Granada. The better value ideas keep coming from Ford.
Sittler has now taken a minor penalty in each period here tonight. He has not been on the score sheet yet. That is a rarity. And here he is tripping up the Kings player, Hartland Monahan. 15:43 the time.
So that brings out Jones and Butler again, along with Glennie and Vachon, who drives the puck in. Rogie Vachon was looking somewhere in that puck carom that anyone in the net. He didn't even see it. What he was looking at, that's something. Up at center ice, a long pass. Jerry Butler's got it again, and he shoots it down the ice. Goring going back for it. 3 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the game. Butch Goring coming to his own blue line, up to center. A pass to Gary Sargent. He's over the line, passing it to Goring. In for Murphy, back to Sargent, over for Goring. Goring hit Jerry Butler. Butler gets the puck to the blue line, but not out. They finally get it out. And it's cleared over for Gary Sargent again. Now he gives it on a pass to number 16, Marcel Dion, to Mike Murphy getting in. And that was stopped by Palmateer. And cleared down the ice by Jimmy Jones. The Leafs have been very effective in killing penalties with the duo of Jimmy Jones and Jerry Butler. Down the ice for Hartland Monahan. He's stopped by Glennie. Goes back to the blue line. Butch Goring. Pass over for Gary Sargent. That's broken up, and Ferguson has it and shoots it down the ice. 24 seconds left in the penalty. Up to do a bit of forechecking, Ron Ellis. Picked up by Monahan, gives it behind the net to Goring, who moved it up to Maneri. Maneri goes over the line. He stops. Pass it over on the other side to Grant. Back to Edelstrand to Grant. Grant standing still. Now back on the ice is Sittler. They get it back to the blue line. Ferguson covered. They score! A long shot. It's on the blue line by Edelstrand. And it's 7-2.
Sittler was out of the penalty box. It was not a power play goal. He had just stepped back on the ice, and seconds later, Edelstrand with that low shot. A lot of players in front of it. I think Palmateer might have been screened. He moved very late on it. We'll watch again around the boards. Here's Edelstrand winding into the shot.
25, Daryl Edelstrand.
Very difficult to tell from that angle whether Palmateer was able to get a beat on it or not. Apps and Grant draw assists. 7-2.
From Sillaps and Danny Grant.
Ian Turnbull.
17:52.
Over to Trevor Johansson, Ferguson, Williams, and Ellis. Lucky shot behind the net, into the corner. Comes over to Williams. Williams stopped by Monahan, kicked in by Turnbull. He just fired it wide. Picked up by Danny Grant. Grant out delay, back to the goal. Into the corner to Randy Maneri. Clearing pass to Monahan. Back to Grant with Apps. Over the line. Stopped by Ellis. Ellis just flipped it out to center ice. 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining to play in the third period. Johansson covered his man, and Stan Weir has it. A pass for Williams. Williams shoots the puck in. Vachon leaving at the side of the net for Maneri. Maneri's pass up on the left wing. Pat Boutet couldn't cover him. Rogie Vachon losing the puck, and it's picked off by Mike Pellick. Pellick then into Pat Boutet. Pat Boutet trying to come out. Up the ice for Pat Boutet. He's hooked. The puck goes at center. Williams couldn't get to it. It's over the line. A drive from the team to score. A hard drive from well out. Bounced into the net off the stick of Glenn Goldup.
Glenn Goldup started out in the Montreal organization, spent most of his time with the Nova Scotia Voyageurs. That shot was stopped momentarily by Mike Palmateer, then dribbled in behind him, and it's 7-3. Murdoch gets an assist. 19-13 the time of Goldup's goal. So Palmateer gives up a couple of goals here late in the hockey game. 47 seconds left to play.
Toronto Maple Leafs 7, LA Kings 3. Sargent getting it to Murdoch, back to Gary Sargent. Back to Murdoch. Murdoch coming up to center ice. Shot the puck over the line. Back for it, Rogie Vachon. Vachon off the boards. Maloney lets it slide down to center. Goes back to the blue line. And it's picked up by Peter Stemkowski with 24 seconds. Gets it over to Murdoch. Murdoch over the line offside Stemkowski. 19 seconds remaining. Colorado 7, Los Angeles 3.
Bill, here's another final. Detroit took the first game in the series with Atlanta 5-3. That's a final now as Saint Laurent scored into an empty net late in the hockey game. So the Red Wings move in front of the Flames.
Valiquette, Walker and Maloney. Back to Gary Sargent. Sargent is bumped by Valiquette. Walker after the puck. Walker gets it, flipped it to an open wing with 8 seconds left. Cleared by Maloney, and that's wide of the net. It goes behind the goal, into the corner, and the bell goes. And the game is over. Toronto Maple Leafs take the first game 7-3. In just a moment, our 3-star selection.
If you lined up all the products and services that Atlantic Canada produces and EPA uses, you'd cover enough space to land one of our aircraft. To us, being better means being more of what we are, part of Atlantic Canada. See how much better an airline can be. Fly Eastern Provincial Airways.
Don't go too fast. Okay. Okay, and remember to use your brakes when you reach the corner.
Like all parents, we have the protective instinct too, about life and security and the future. And that's what life insurance is all about.
And be careful!
Talk it over with Mutual Life of Canada. We've got children too.
Life is a mutual.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are tonight's Molson 3 stars as selected by Hockey Night in Canada. The first star, George Ferguson. The second star, Jimmy Jones. And the third star, Jerry Butler.
Well, the stars tell the story of the game. Ferguson, Jones, and Butler, hardly the Leafs' offensive power through the course of the season, but the Leafs score 7 times in this game, 3 by George Ferguson, none by Darryl Sittler or Lanny McDonald, and the smiles would be as wide perhaps on Darryl and Lanny as on this fella, George Ferguson, because the Leafs have to get more balanced scoring. They knew that coming into the playoffs. I don't know that anybody knew it would be so balanced and that George would score 3, but after a frustrating season, especially after that chance you missed against Boston on Saturday night, this might be as happy as you've ever been as a Leaf.
Well, I'm extremely happy about it, Dave. I really didn't even expect to play that much. In the third period, I got my chance, and I got a couple of breaks.
Well, the first 2 goals, and then that led to the hat trick, which ties an NHL record. Stanley Cup record, 3 goals in a period, and why don't you tell us what's happening here? This is goal number 3.
Oh, yeah, I slowed down a bit, and, oh, I'm sorry. That's number 1. I just picked up the rebound here.
I think that's the 3rd one.
Is it?
I tell you, 3 goals in a Stanley Cup game can confuse you. I don't blame you.
Whatever.
Was there any feeling going into this game? You said you didn't really expect to play that
Well,
much.
I knew Jimmy was going to play against Dion, and he usually gets quite a bit of ice time, so I figured the way the first 2 periods went, that a close game and all, I wouldn't get that much ice time in the third period. We started to pull ahead of them a bit and rest some of the guys like Darryl and Lanny a bit in the third period, and I got my chance.
Well, it's obviously going to help you the rest of the way to get the monkey off your back, so to speak, and what a way to do it with 3 goals. We'll take you out of these lights now, and thank you for coming in with brief comments on quite a night. 7-3 for the Maple Leafs, and we invite you to be with us Thursday night for Game 2 of this series from the Los Angeles Forum. Game time 11 o'clock, that is Eastern time, as the Leafs try to sweep the Kings in 2 straight games and get to the quarterfinals. The Kings have a tough road to come back. Good night for Hockey Night in Canada. Live on CBC, Hockey Night in Canada, brought to you by Ford of Canada, on behalf of Ford and Mercury dealers from coast to coast.